It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right.
Hey everybody, what's up? Hi everybody. If you can't tell, it's your girl. It's your girl. It's your girl BondyBlue. I'm back, girl. I'm back for another BondyBlue show. It took me all day to get my hair done yesterday. Okay? So that's why I wasn't here. But yeah, I'm here now. And I'm ready to get into everything. Before I get into everything, though, I need y'all to follow me on Instagram. And TikTok. Because if you want to see me respond to things like early on, if you want to see me respond to things like when it first pop off and shit, you got to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, girl. Okay? Because sometimes it takes so long to upload a short from my phone to YouTube that it's just not even worth it sometimes. Okay? But yeah, y'all, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. Make sure y'all following me on the TikTok, girl. I know I tried to give it up. I tried to give up the TikTok and I could not do it. It is where shit breaks first. And I realized it's a part of the gig. It's a part of the gig. If I did something else for a living, we'd be having another conversation. Okay. But this is what I do for a living right now. Okay, right now. Because this wasn't what I was always doing, okay? Yes, y'all, everybody be forgetting that I worked at a news station for 8 years of my life. My God, on today as an editor and a photographer. Girl, that was my life. I like my life way better now. Hi. Yeah. Okay, everybody. The Ooh Ladies First panel is tomorrow. Okay. We put out our schedule. The 2nd, the 23rd, and the 30th are the days because y'all know I am going to Thailand. Okay. Reset by Design Wellness has its first group trip, which is men and women and everybody in between. And all the races, because normally Reset by Design Wellness is a retreat luxury company that is for Black women and Black women only. Okay. So yeah, girl. We're going on our first trip as a group. And so my husband, okay, my husband is coming. And this will be his first time this far away from the States. Like we've been to the islands and stuff like that, Mexico, Jamaica, all that. But this will be his very first time being like in Asia. And there is just something so magical about watching this man like experience new places and stuff for the first time. And I know how much I love Thailand. And I think he's gonna love Thailand just as much. I think this is gonna be an amazing, amazing trip. We're gonna be in Phuket and we're gonna be in Bangkok. And I've never been to Bangkok. So we're gonna be able to do that together. And I'm just really, really excited. I'm just so excited. Oh my God. Okay, so that's happening. All right. So I will be missing in action, so to speak. So from the 7th through the 18th, girl, probably the 19th, because you got to rest up after you've been flying for 24 hours and shit. Y'all may not see me as much. I will, if something pops off, y'all will come and get like single topic, like 2-3 topics, max, if I feel like it when I can. Okay. So love on me, please. All right. Watch my content. Follow BondyBlue Bites, where we'll be releasing short forms of, this week's lives and everything over there. Right. But yeah, I can't wait. I feel like it's gonna be so fun for us. And I'll be sharing it with you guys on social media, so y'all will be able to see it. So that's another reason that you need to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Another thing, this hair is so hilarious to me because like it's 2 things going on, right? Like it's the dark hair, right? It's my natural hair color. So me going back to dark hair, it kind of makes me pop. Okay, so that's the one thing. The second thing is everybody loves hair that's not black hair. I hate to say it like that, but a part of me loves the fact that people enjoy that this looks good on me, but also it annoys me because I feel like it's only because it's not my hair. Like you like it because it looks like another ethnicity of woman's hair. And that should be bothering me a little bit because like it'd be like, okay. It's locks. These are Bora Bora locks. Okay, so they're locks, but with the Burmese, wet and wavy girl, curly on the ends. And it's so cute. And I've been wanting to get it done. And then I'm excited because this is the same hair that I'm going to be wearing when we do our Ooh Ladies First podcast live. And that means that we'll all be in some uniformity. Okay. Which I'm going to love. Hey, all of us will probably have some version of curly straight, but all dark hair. Okay. And it'll give a Destiny Child vibe. And that's what I'm trying to give. Okay. Um, no, I know some of y'all love all of it, but like at large, I know why people find it attractive and all of that. Also, me with this hair reminds me of me like literally in 2010. In 2010, I had this exact same type of hair, but in a weave, right? It's when I was in my sewing days, girl. And Lotto's hairstylist, a lot of the time, did my sew-ins. Okay, back before she, blew up. Ashanti was my hairstylist. Thank you very much, and I'm proud of that. And she used to do my weaves. And back in the day, when I really started, when I had a okay, well, bust down was okay. I used to love when she would do my hair. Okay, my weaves were always great. I was like one of her first like kinky curly hair people, like when she was really getting her hairline together. Like, it's my girl. And so she did my hair, all right, in 2010, with this kind of hair. And I just always go back to that picture because it's like one of my favorite pictures of myself. But I looked the same, and that made me happy because that was 16 years ago. So it's like almost 20 years ago, and I still look the same. And it's just like, girl, nobody's stressing me. Nobody is stressing me. Okay, and you know what I'm saying? Nobody's stressing me, girl. Nobody's stressing me. Okay? And to still look like this, girl, it's everything. The hair just was like, oh, girl, you still look like you did at 21. Okay, listen. Round of applause. Baby, make that ass clap. Drop it to the floor. Make that ass clap. Let me see you bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. Baby, drop it to the floor. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, you turned into a dancer. Okay, let's get into the topics. Let's do this. Okay, so let me adjust my tone because I'm worried. And I knew that this is what it was. So last night, Lauren LaRosa, who was at Moulin Rouge featuring Meagan Thee Stallion, okay, on Broadway, she was there. And I don't know why this had to happen when she was there. I wish this would have happened any other day, but not the day that Lauren LaRosa was in the audience. This is what she wrote on social media last night. Came to see Meagan Thee Stallion on Broadway, and that was short-lived. The few opening scenes I saw her in, she was great on stage. I was excited, but there are implications in the way she's writing this that I did not like when I first read it. They just stopped Moulin Rouge mid-show, apologized to the audience, and said, stay inside and seated. I asked security if we're safe. They told us, for now, we'll update you if anything changes. She said, I received a statement from a spokesperson for Meagan Thee Stallion on what they say happened tonight. During Tuesday night's production, Meagan started feeling very ill and was promptly transported to a local hospital where her symptoms are currently being evaluated. We will share additional updates as more information becomes available. If anybody has been paying attention to Meagan, Meagan is working her ass off right now. And I think sometimes when you are really trying to make everything, right? You're doing Broadway. I'm sure you're in the studio. You just came out with BBB. I'm sure y'all doing a video for that shit. You know what I'm saying? On top of the fact that you're trying to stay on top of your workout regimen so you can, stay this small size that you are right now, which she looks amazing. But I know it takes a lot of work to get like that because I know how much work I have to do in order to get to a no body fat, like, point, especially as a thick woman. When you are thick and you get to a no body fat type of area, you still got your, because you building muscle, so you still got your shit. But the other parts, that's a lot of work. That's working out sometimes 2 times a day. That to me, when I was looking at some old videos of myself while I was in challenges. When I was doing challenges back to back to back to back for years, I was much smaller. I didn't think I was smaller at the time because I have body dysmorphia. But nonetheless, when I look back now, I be like, damn, bitch, you really thought you was bigger than you was. Like you knew you was in a small, but you ain't know you was in a small. And now you back in medium and larges, and it's really more muscle than anything. But it still is like it's a mind fuck. Cause now it's like I feel like I gained, girl, it's just hard. And I imagine Megan's body is such a important part of what she does, not just because of how it looks and what that does for her image and her overall persona, but also what it means to keep your body healthy and not overwork it and allow it rest. You know what I'm saying? Like I already knew it was probably exhaustion. I don't know why, but as soon as, I read about it, and when I read about it from her friend, okay, which we're gonna get to that, but the way Lauren posted about this, I did not like at all. It almost insinuated that Megan had done something wrong. It's like you wanted to get people who don't like Megan into thinking that, are you really exhausted? Are you really tired? Like, what's actually going on, girl? Because we're not really believing that you were just tired. What else is going on? You know what I mean? Like, that may not have, I'm going to give it room. That may not have been what Lauren meant. I'm going to leave room for that. But that is how I felt reading it. Moulin Rouge on Broadway has removed Megan Thee Stallion for the night. No explanation as to why. Announcement just came on in the theater. They have removed Megan Thee Stallion from the show as Zidler for the rest of the night. Her part was replaced by a black male actor. I'll get his info because he's amazing. We are safe. Show is continuing on without Megan Thee Stallion. The whole tone of it is, yeah, we don't know what's wrong with that bitch, but don't nobody care for real because they had somebody else come in. That person was better. The show went on without her. Like, when really it's like, would you have gone to see Moulin Rouge if it was not her there? I doubt it. And I almost feel like the only reason you went is so you could find something to critique in her performance. That's what it feels like. It just be weirdo. It be weirdo energy sometimes with them people, down to the Breakfast Club. Just a lot of I don't like that y'all slut shame women. Like I think when other women slut shame women, it's like, bitch, as if I can't find a notch on your bed to exploit and make you look like a whore about. Are you serious? Like, it can be done to you, bitch. I ain't like that. I don't care. I can make it seem like you like that, though. If I felt like it as a Gemini, bitch, I could make it seem like whatever the fuck I want to make it seem like. But see, I'm not that type of person. So I don't like when y'all do this to women as women. It's very, very annoying to me. Okay. So yeah, Lauren came out with that. And then Kellen, her actual friend, posted, everyone say a prayer for Megan. We are all at the hospital. Okay. Which made us feel like, oh God, please don't let anything be wrong. Please don't let anything be wrong with the girl. Okay. We love Meg. Meg is doing so great. She looks great. Like, you know what I'm saying? An update here from a spokesperson for Megan Thee Stallion. During Tuesday night's production, Megan started feeling very ill and was promptly transported to a local hospital where her symptoms are currently being evaluated. Blah blah blah. Okay, we read that one. No, where's the update? Hey guys, I have an update on what happened to Meg Thee Stallion and how she's doing. That I just received from a spokesperson. Why would you write that like that? I don't know. That I just received from a spokesperson for Megan Thee Stallion. On Tuesday evening, Megan was transported. We read that. Doctors ultimately identify extreme exhaustion, dehydration, vasoconstriction, and low metabolic levels as the cause of her symptoms. Yeah. When I read it, I instantly started to feel nauseous and a little dizzy. I don't know why, girl, but I know why. Because I've been that exhausted before. That's why. because I know what that feels like. And if you have to stop in the middle of a performance, when I know your workmanship and your style, I know you care about putting on a good show. I know at the end of the day, anything Meagan does, the mindset is, I know these haters can't wait to find something to say about me. So I feel like Patrick Clanton was her understudy. Okay, great. No, because we want to say that, right? You just be referring to people as a black actor and all of that. Yes, Patrick Clanton. Okay. But yes, girl, it's just obvious that theater is difficult. Theater is very difficult, and doing multiple nights and all of that throughout the week. Yeah, I could just see her being exhausted at this point and passing out or getting nauseous and dizzy, and every time she gets up feeling nauseous and dizzy again. I used to be one of them people that when I would get in the shower, if the shower would get too hot, and I like the shower hot, sometimes I would get dizzy and it would be like I felt like I was gonna pass out. So I would have to get on the ground, like I would have to lay on the tub floor, like sometimes turn the water off, turn cold water on, open a door. Like I would have to do shit in order to get myself to stop feeling like that. But that happened to me a lot when I was younger. And I think it's because I had low low iron levels, I believe. Um Girl, I need to be 12. That's what the doctor told me. But yeah, I definitely feel like this is something that happens to people when you are pushing yourself beyond your limits. And I just could not imagine any other reason except for her not being able to literally get up and continue on being a reason why she would not continue the show. Like, so I just already knew, um, like I just feel like I already knew that it was exhaustion. Meagan is incredibly grateful for the prayers and well wishes from her supporters and is looking forward to resuming her role as Zidler on Moulin Rouge on Thursday. I know she is. I know she is. And I really hope that, when she gets back and she gets on her feet, then she feels good and she can get her show done. You know, get her show done the way she want to get her show done, girl. Get your show done to your expectations of yourself. And I know how hard that can be when your body isn't listening to you. So she got to take care of herself. And you can't just be taking on things just because you want to be, on top of everything. You want to take every opportunity, but you have to listen to your body. You have to listen to your body. Our society has taught us to act like machines. The show must go on. People paid, so you ignore how your body feels because people paid. Fuck that. If you about to pass the fuck out, get the understudy in here. And I know she probably felt a way about that. You feel guilty about it. Last night was a real wake up call for me, she says. I'm on her page. I've been pushing myself past my limits lately, running on empty, and my body finally said enough. It honestly scared me. I thought I was gonna faint on stage. I really tried to push through tried to push through my performance, but I just couldn't. I already know. Hotties, I want to be real with y'all because you mean everything to me, and I hate letting y'all down. I already know, girl. I just need one day to rest, reset, and take care of myself the way I should have been. I'll be right back on stage Thursday, stronger, clearer, and ready to give you 100% the way you deserve. Thank you for always riding with me and loving me through everything. Y'all know I'm a hottie. I'm a hottie. I'll say it. I'm a hottie. So I'm glad that she's okay. And honestly, I wish that I could see her performance. I don't know how long she's gonna be there, but I wish I could see her performance. Girl, I went to and we'll talk about her later. But I went to New York to see Brandy on Broadway when she was in what you call them, and all that jazz. I'm gonna rouge my knees and wear my stockings down. And all that jazz. Start the girl. I'm not gonna do it, but I'm a theater girl. I don't know if y'all know that, but I used to be in plays and shit. I used to love doing theater, and in my adult years, I have always been thinking about getting back into theater, like as a way of being the art and not always talking about the art. Even though I feel like this is an art, the way I do it is. It may not be an art the way everybody else do it, but it's an art the way I do it, and I would love to get back on. Thank you, Chicago. Thank y'all. Because y'all know my mind be girl. So yeah, I would love to get back on stage, and I admire her for doing this. Like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I would love to get back on stage and do theater again. Oh my God, memorizing lines, getting an opportunity to act again. Yeah, I went to college. Like when I went to LSU, I went to LSU for theater. And then I realized that racism, you're not going to be able to be in any plays here. So you might as well go ahead and switch your major. And I switched my major to film and television so that I can learn like technical shit and how to, I learned editing. I fell in love with editing. And so that became more of the focus because I was like, I can't do theater at LSU. There's only one, Johans is the one black guy. And I don't know why I'm spacing on the one black girl that they used to be, because they racist, right? Like, sorry. But yeah, they're only gonna let one black girl and one black guy in the play at a time in the lead role. And when I was this is another reason why I hated the fact that I had to leave Clark Atlanta, because I had really started to like develop being in the theater program at Clark Atlanta, and I was in the plays. Not only was I in, background in the plays, they gave you opportunity to do anything in the play. And I knew it was only gonna be a matter of time before I got a lead role. Like that's how I felt about it. And I was really in it. And, a part of the community of people who were into acting and into theater and all of that at Clark Atlanta. And it just really broke my heart that I could not continue in that space, because of my fucking daddy. God rest his soul and everything. Um, listen, okay? Good with the bad out this motherfucker. But yeah, we're glad that Meagan is doing okay. We don't know why Lauren has such a weird tone while she's reporting the story. Like, why couldn't you just say, oh my God, guys, Meagan Thee Stallion was pulled off stage during a performance. Hope everything's okay. Why did it have to give a tone of, well, that was short-lived? Like, girl, what the fuck was that? Like, it didn't show any real, like, empathy whatsoever to the fact that somebody could possibly be hurt right now. Like, she going to the hospital and you in there like, that was short-lived. Girl, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, that was, I know, y'all. I'm a different type of person. Let's move on. You got to let people be who they are. And it's just like, it's just not my cup of tea when you do shit like that. That's weirdo. That's weirdo shit. Speaking of weirdo shit, so when I was growing up, right? Because this ain't just about them. It's about me too. So when I was growing up, right? It was me, my sister, and my cousin. But really, it was me and my cousin, right? Me and my cousin, Matanya, who is like, she was like a big sister to me. But we used to have so much fun together. And this is the reason why, like, I feel like a lot of people don't know how to deal with children correctly because you don't know how to actually enjoy children like little people. And my cousins, like, specifically my cousin Matanya, used to have like this relationship with me when I was a kid that I was like her little homegirl. And so we watched movies together and we listened to music together. The reason why I had TLC's Ooh on a TLC tip on tape is because she gave me her tape. Because I used to love, every time I go over there, please play the TLC tape for me. And she would play it for me. I don't know. I pissed everybody off on the internet on Threads because I said that TLC was gay coded and all of the homophobic old bitches that wore baggy jeans in the 90s lost their minds, right? And then were acting like they weren't losing their minds. And I'm like, if you understand what gay coded means, why do y'all keep explaining to me why they weren't gay? I did not say that they were gay. I said they were gay coded. Usually when somebody says gay coded, it means there's a vibe, there's something about it that the gay girls align with or tap into. I didn't think gender bending would be hard to understand when it came to TLC. So let me explain why she's a hypocrite. Because I watched somebody talk about, it's not like these people have ever come out and said something different from this before. Girl, what the fuck are you talking about? TLC started out as not only a group that was about women's rights and women having power in their relationships and having self-respect and not taking any old thing from a nigga. It wasn't just that. It was also dressing how they wanted to dress, being how they wanted to be, kind of acting like boys a little bit. And so what we understand is that if you are gender bending, meaning that if you are a woman wearing men's clothing, you're gender bending. That is outside of a binary. There's something called a gay, queer/queer umbrella. Gender bending is under that umbrella. That's the reason why it's weird for people like Chilli and Prince to decide they're going to be super duper religious and be homophobic. That's why it's hypocritical, because you're literally doing something that the gay people do, that people get mad at the gay people for doing. I don't understand how you don't know that's gay coded. Gay coded does not mean that somebody is actually a gay person pretending or pretending to be gay or playing. That's not what any of that means. It just means that the gay girls see something in this person that they identify with. So when a whole bunch of straight bitches and men keep telling me that was just a style, that was just a style, that was just a style, you had to be there. I was born in 1988. I was born in 1988. And I just explained to you how my cousin, who is 18 years older than me, took me places with her. I listened to the music she listened to. I was paying attention to what was going on at the time. I woke up in my mind as a kid, probably around 3 or 4. 3 or 4 is when I start to be able to recollect memories. So please understand, I am very well aware that in the 90s, y'all decided to take something that prior to was gay and queer, make it a style for about 5 minutes until y'all got tired of niggas not wanting to fuck with y'all because y'all were wearing baggy clothes. Because if you listen to TLC's music, on the TLC tip, there's literally a whole verse, Head to the Back, I think, Head to the Back, where Left Eye talks about she was out with Chilli on some fashion show shit. Jump Shive met a nigga. He asked her out on a date. She come downstairs when he scoop her up in her baggy johns. Cause now I'm about to be myself. We going on a date, but I'm still cute. I'm still pretty, but I'm gonna wear the clothes I feel comfortable in. The nigga was mad and started trying to play her and diss her about it. You know why he was dissing her? Because she's a woman wearing men's clothing. They consider that to look and be gay. It's in the music. It's in the music that people were thinking something was wrong with them because they were dressing like men, like gay girls. And then, even if you take away the fact that what they were doing was gender bending, I don't know how the fuck you don't think that's queer coded, gay coded, when it's something that you have to copy from people who are already doing it. Women who are gay or who are non-binary or who just like wearing men's clothes because they were more comfortable for them were already doing that before the 90s. Y'all just weren't paying attention. Y'all were judging them, or maybe they were invisible to you because they were not being, made up for the male gaze. So maybe you didn't see it. And it also annoys me about the conversation because as a bisexual woman that really did think she was a lesbian at the beginning of this shit, I know about queer history. I know about Black women in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and the 80s wearing men's clothing. It's always been a thing in a certain community. So when straight people, heterosexual people decide to take something that gay people were doing prior and make it a style for themselves, it does not take away from where it actually comes from. Also, y'all forget the people that were actually affecting the style were gay people. That's another thing y'all forget about. They either were gay or they were trying to bend social norms within themselves. And bending social norms is going to include queerness, gayness, because the main thing that is outside of our societal norm, with the exception of women being sex positive, is gayness and queerness. They were also staunch advocates for HIV and AIDS. They were trying to help what was happening at the time, all of the people dying from HIV and AIDS. And yes, Black women became one of the, higher demographics to get it once you got to 93, not even 93, I want to say 95, 6, 7. This is when Black women really start to get it and we start to see that being reflected. Versus 91, when Ooh on the TLC tip came out. And prior to that, this was mainly a gay people's problem. So they were being absolutely anti-establishment, anti-social norms, anti-Christianity with wearing condoms and promoting safe sex. This is what I grew up watching them and listening to their music. I know their music by heart. TLC is one of my favorite groups. And people can say what the fuck is y'all talking about? Like, a lot of the gay girls, my generation, millennials, we grew up seeing TLC, seeing Salt and Pepper, seeing Missy Elliott, seeing The Brat, seeing Aaliyah, seeing Escape. Anybody wearing Tommy Hilfiger back in the day, okay? We were watching them, and then that is how we figured out, oh shit, we're gay. Because we realized we actually were attracted to women who were wearing that style, who had that type of androgyny. And this bitch was a STEM. The stems have walked in her footsteps ever since she came out. A bustiquela with some baggy pants came from this lady and the other ones during the time. But when I was growing up, the girls I became to be attracted to once I was getting into, like, you know, upper middle school, high school, they look like Aaliyah. Baggy clothes, right? I love them thin with some abs or some shit and long hair. So when we say it's queer coded, if you're not gay, if you're not queer and you don't see it, maybe it's not for you to see. That's why it's queer coded. It's something for us to recognize, not you. And y'all forget that some of these girls actually were gay. MC Lyte might have found Jesus and married a man, but girl, if I ain't heard 50 stories about her and Tashina Arnold at one point, girl, I don't know if it's true, but it's the stories I've heard. We all thought MC Lyte was gay. She was hanging with Queen Latifah. Guess who was really gay? Queen Latifah. Brat was wearing clothes like that. Guess who we had to pull and yank out the fucking closet? The Brat. You know who else don't really talk about it? Who was dressing like that back then? And we thought, Missy Elliott, gay. So essentially, what we're saying here is just because it was the style doesn't mean it was not also queer coded. It doesn't mean it did not come from gay people. Y'all forget that some of all of the people who were in charge of fashion were gay men a lot of the times. And I feel like it's something about men wanting women to wear boys' clothes so that they can kind of, be attracted to somebody that's holding masculinity. I think that's how that really started. Because if you think back, the baggy clothes on women thing, I believe might have started with Diddy and his old lady who gave Mary J. Blige the street style that everybody, had started to wear at the time. But I also feel like this was not just a reflection of like queerness. This is what was a reflection of Black women feeling like we have to be tough. We have to be hard. So no, nigga, I'm not wearing heels. I'm wearing tennis shoes because y'all fucking fighting and shit. No, nigga, I'm not going to put on no little bitty skirt so that you could be pulling on my clothes and looking under my skirt and all of that shit. Nah, I'm going to wear the clothes that you wear because I'm trying to make you respect me. And it seems like the only thing you respect is masculinity. So I'm now about to show up with a tad bit of masculinity. It does not mean that I'm not cute. It doesn't mean I'm not pretty. It doesn't mean I'm not sexy. They literally were called crazy, sexy, cool. In boys' clothes, all of those women were still sexy. Guess what? Actual gay women, when they wear boys' clothes, are still fucking sexy. I don't know what anybody's talking about. But the way they were dragging it on threads to the point that I had to make the comments, you could only respond on the post if you were my subscriber. Then they started trying to find my responses to people to respond to that. Weirdo shit. They were really upset. As if I was telling them that them wearing baggy jeans in the 90s means they're gay. That's how they were acting. They were acting very triggered in those comments. Hoes are weird. I said what the fuck I said. A person doesn't have to be gay in order to give off a gay vibe. Yes, Eva Marcel. Y'all remember how her and Anna Banana were acting on America's Next Top Model? Gay coded. or gay. Because some of them, we call it gay coded because we don't really know what they are or if they actually identify with the fact that they have eaten coochie before. Because a lot of y'all have eaten coochie or got y'all coochies ate by a woman. Hello, Marie from Bell Collective. But will act like, oh no, I'm not into women. Okay, girl. Okay. But a nigga can't smoke on a fucking hookah without y'all telling him he gay. Like, they really was sitting up there talking to me like I'm fucking stupid or something like that. Talking about, how old are you? Bitch, I'm old enough to know that people wore baggy clothes in the 90s and the shit still came from the gay girls. The shit still was the gay girls. The gay girls. The gay girls. It is a vocabulary issue. Y'all should have seen when somebody was, I was like, so what did, they're not gay. They're not, what does coded mean? Well, usually when somebody says coded, it's like, okay, so Michael Jackson, if somebody is Michael Jackson coded, it's because of the style. So you do understand that if you say Michael Jackson coded, it doesn't mean that the person is Michael Jackson, right? The bitch was so confused. She didn't understand that I'm trying to make her realize that coded doesn't mean the same thing as. Because if it meant that, then I would have just said gay. I would have said these hoes is gay. I tell y'all gay all the time. That's not what I said. That's why I said gay coded. Because it's in reference to, it is similar to, it's something in there that we seeing. Also, I believe, I'm sorry, I hate to say it, I know it probably is ignorant. I believe that people have facial features and facial like shapes. That's kind of gay. And it just means like a lot of bitches that look like you are gay. Hoops definitely was gay coded. I had the biggest crush on her. Yo, Max. Somebody was like, so if somebody said Laura Winslow was gay coded, no, bitch, why would you pull one of the least gay people on television? If she would have said Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, was gay coded. Usually when we say it, it's about a character, meaning a person that's not real. So they would be written like a gay person, but they're not allowed to be gay because that wasn't acceptable at a certain time. But it's kind of the same thing with how some of the women blended in during hip hop. It's not really acceptable to be gay, but if we're all dressing like this, then you don't know that I'm really gay. Oh, girl, Rashida was definitely gay coded. It was her. You know why? Because she was giving Alicia Keys. And I'm not about to call Alicia Keys gay coded because we feel like Alicia Keys is actually gay. She might be gay like me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like my husband and, you know, the dick is mwah. But absolutely, you know, what's up, bitch? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? How you doing? How you doing, Miss Lady? Okay, listen. Hey, how you doing? Oh, all right. You look nice. Girl, don't make me start. Maxine, though. Maxine wasn't gay coded at all. She was, though. She was. What do you mean she wasn't? Kiwi, if you not gay, don't tell me she wasn't gay coded. If you was gay, I'm about to explain why. Okay? The reason why is because, like, she didn't like men. Like, she did not like men. She liked Kyle, but she didn't like men. She fucked them. She used them, but she didn't really like them. That's the same thing as how we say that men have sex with women, but you could tell they don't really like women. Also, let's not forget about the episode where her roommate from college told her that she was in love with her and Max was acting all surprised and shit. And it's like the reason, like, her roommate thought she was gay. That's another thing. People be knowing exactly what the fuck we talking about because it's in the script. The TLC thing, them thinking TLC look gay, was in their music and y'all arguing with me about it. You arguing with me about Max like Max didn't have a whole gay roommate that thought she was gay. Gay coded. Tiana Taylor is bisexual. She's not gay coded. To me, gay coded means you're not actually gay, but something gives off that, right? But it doesn't mean that you're actually performing homosexuality. You ain't kitty clicking, bitch. Okay? You might thought about it. You might masturbate watching it on Twitter or some shit like that, but you ain't really trying to do it. You know, you scared of coochie, like you don't have one in between your legs or something, but I get it, because some hoes are not fresh. Okay? Like some people, girls, some shit is gay coded and it's okay. You know why? Because it's queer. Like it is outside of a norm. And that's why it's designated to queer. Queer doesn't always mean gay, but it is umbrella terms. Okay? That's all, y'all. Miss Delivered Pam from Total, and she was really gay. And I'm with my friends. I'm trying to figure out a way. And that's another thing. People think just because they say, oh, they were tomboys, oh, they were androgynous. Yeah, baby. Yeah. That's exactly what queer coded means. That's what it means. Yeah. That goes in there. And this whole conversation started because of Leslie Jones. Because she did an interview with Z-Way, which was fucking hilarious. But y'all know I find Z-Way hilarious. So I love her. Any interview she does always have me cackling, bitch. Cackling. Leslie Jones absolutely gives queer coded. We know she's not, because she say she not, but it feel like you should be. You know, but some women are not gay. They just like white men. Just like sometimes men are not gay. They just like white women. Tell me I'm tripping. But it's just something, you know what I'm saying, that we be picking up on. But no, Pam from Total is not queer coded because that lady was actually really gay and she just can't deal with the fact that she's gay. You are not delivered from being gay. Jada Pinkett is another one that's well up and down. She not gay, and I don't believe her, but we will give her queer coded. Lynn from Girlfriends, absolutely queer coded. She would have a good time with you and a man, and then forget the man was in the room. Lynn absolutely gave that vibe. Bondy, I just can't do it, child. What are we upset about? This is what I need for everybody to deal with. If Kim Wayans too, absolutely. Kim Wayans, yes. Janelle Monáe is bisexual. Anybody that's actually gay, bisexual, they're not queer coded, okay? Regina King, yes. Oh my God, I wish. She is queer coded. I think it's the muscles, right? This is not a bad thing. But this is what people don't understand. A lot of people, y'all have negative connotations to anything that is gay or queer. So if we say a woman is gay or queer coded, you're automatically getting upset and saying no, 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 because you don't want them to be considered gay, because you think something's wrong with being gay. Yes, old Eve, absolutely. Absolutely. No, not Toni Braxton. Toni Braxton was never queer coded, even with a deep voice. Absolutely not. That's not what I got from it. But if another queer woman were to tell me why she feels that way, I would hear her out, but not from my perspective. That's another thing. Y'all flipping out, and it's not, people were flipping out, and it's not even that serious. Nah, some of those black men that date white women are bisexual and trans attracted. Yes, they are. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, I'm not dispelling that, but I am saying that you notice these things sometimes, because Leslie does give white men, but then also maybe Kitty Click, not so much. Okay, it's the era that they come from. Yeah, like Leslie would have been gay if she wasn't 58. But sometimes you're too old to be gay. Yeah, Janelle Monáe is also gay, so that doesn't count. Just Hilarious dated girls. She might, they all try to grow out of being attracted to women. And sometimes people really are just bisexual. But I wouldn't even call you gay coded if you were actually fucking with a girl at some point, like Cardi B. You fucked with, she said it, I fuck with dykes. Okay, so like, yeah, no, then you're not queer coded. You just bisexual or queer in general. Thank you, love. Cynthia Bailey, girl, when Cynthia Bailey showed up as 50 Cent. Cynthia gives that she's a good time girl, and you might be able to press her a little bit, depending. Not a waist. I have Lynn waist tattoo. Oh, okay. Yeah, all of the Medicine Wives. For the most part, all of the Medicine Wives. Mimi, Heavenly, Jackie, Simone, Contessa, Toya. Maybe not Quad, but a little bit, but not really. You know what I mean? Charlie Baltimore, absolutely. That's a good one. Yes, Cree Summer. Cree Summer absolutely is like, but she's also like a weirdo and a pirate, and yeah. You could call her queer coded. I would. That's a good one. Okay. No, I think Robin from Potomac is actually just suppressing homosexuality. I think Robin from Potomac is DL or some shit. I think she had a crush on Giselle, and that's how we got here. Yeah, y'all have not seen how Dr. Heavenly be looking at women sometimes? I know she plays it up because she's heard me say it before. I think she does it specifically for me. But at the same time, yeah, because in my experience, usually the type of DL black woman that is suppressing homosexuality is a mean girl. Like they're a mean girl, and they are, they'll give you that hyper religious shit. Like when they get older, they turn into like the antithesis, of some gay shit. But essentially, drunk night, no real judgment, you might fuck your homegirl. Jocelyn is gay. Y'all got to understand, coded means they haven't actually ate the coochie. You see what I'm saying? Coded means they haven't ate the coochie, but we want them to have. That's a joke, y'all, okay? Because I know how much y'all think I want people to be gay. And I actually truly don't give a fuck, but I see how much it is harmful when people can't even explore it if they wanted to. It's harmful for people to be so uptight about these things. It is harmful for y'all to think that there's automatically something negative about somebody being gay or gay coded. Yeah, they in the comments just naming bisexual people, and it's like, yes, no, those people are gay. They're gay. Dr. Jackie always gave me rainbow. Yes, and if she were just a little younger, like if they were born in like around my era, if they were born from 85 on down, they might be able to actually like explore it and see how they feel about it. Because sometimes it's not that you actually want it, but that you might have seen one woman that you wanted to date. It don't mean that you don't like men at all, but people are way too starch in these things when really it should be an ebb and a flow. Yeah, I like that woman at one time. Because I know women that live like that. I know women that are married to men now that were with women for a long time at one point in their life, and vice versa. So it just shouldn't be so like, no, she can't be gay. Like, calm the fuck down. These hoes is doing gay shit anyway. Why are y'all so upset? They doing gay shit in private anyway. We will be talking about Jaden Ivey, and we will be talking about Christy Nome. We're gonna be here for a second, you guys. I've been gone for a minute. I'm back. Jump off. Jump off. Absolutely Lisa Bonet. Absolutely Lisa Bonet. Child, the way we would fuck Lisa Bonet. Niecy Nash is just gay. So no, that's not gay coded. Niecy Nash is actually gay. Yeah, about people like Niecy, like moving, yeah, no, not gay coded. The moving in and out of relationships. I got you. Yeah, Aaliyah was always gay coded. What do you mean? Aaliyah was all girl. What? Especially because she like, I don't know why they think being gay coded doesn't mean being feminine or sexy. That's not what that means. Like, have y'all not seen studs? Have y'all not seen the studs on social media? Like, oh my God. Like, there are some of the most beautiful masculine women on the internet smiling in the cameras and flashing abs on any given day. It may not be in your algorithm. It is in mine. Okay? Anyway, yeah, a lot of church ladies, a lot of old weird ass, especially what we know about the church, especially the Baptist church. I wish y'all would leave us the fuck alone, because y'all be the main homosexual people on a Saturday night kitty clicking with Betty, bitch. Get out of my face. I think Mary J. Blige for sure, but I think like that's a part of the reason why Mary J. Blige be seeming so unhappy all the time. Some people look like they mad because nobody would just let them be gay. They don't want to admit it. But sometimes it's like you mad because you really wish you like niggas and you really just don't. And so now it's like, yeah, no, I can't find no nigga. Yeah, okay, yeah. Anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get into the Chilli situation. But I had to start off this conversation with that because that's what happened on social media with me this week. And it was all behind this. And that's why this is also so aggravating, because y'all really think that Chilli never showed up as pro-LGBTQ, pro-black women, and then you go and vote Republican. And it's not just about a fake retweet, which is ridiculous. And that's why another reason why people was telling me they was aggravated with the Breakfast Club and Lauren LaRosa, because when she talked about this shit, she didn't talk about the fact that it wasn't just the repost. It was also that she had given money all of these different times. Look at this shit. Trump National Committee, never surrender, win red. Like, you are literally giving money, a little bit of money, not a lot of money, but a little bit of money, so that black women could lose their jobs, so that people with sickle cell could lose aid in research to helping them get rid of sickle cell. Your fucking bandmate that you sing with, that has had to take time away from y'all performing because of her sickle cell, and you vote against it. And y'all think we're in a time where people, I thought that this black lady was on TikTok and I almost cursed her out. I just had to, swipe. I'm not like the rest of y'all. I don't be feeling like arguing with people all the time. I just swipe when I don't like what you saying. I'm not about to sit up here and argue with you, bitch. Because something already wrong with some of you hoes anyway. And I realize in order to keep my cortisol levels down, I'm not about to be arguing with every dumb bitch that want to argue with me. Okay? But let me explain to you the problem with black people specifically, but any minority or marginalized group voting for this man. I'm about to tell you, hold up. He wants to take your choice away. Because the argument is that I thought that's what we wanted. We wanted people to be able to choose. We wanted people to choose whether they're a Republican or a Democrat. That's what we fought for them to have a choice. Yes. And now they're voting for us not to have a choice. Do you see the issue? Them voting the way they're voting right now could end in nobody having a choice. How is that lost? How is that lost on you? No, bitch, we can't be friends. We can't be friends. We can't be friends, bitch. No, we can't. Because either you are so contrarian that you don't care about what this is going to do not only to us, but to you yourself as a black person, as an immigrant, as a native, as a woman. The fuck is you talking about? What are you talking about? It's essentially, I've always been this way. Even when I was working down to the news station and at the beginning of this niggas running for presidency and white people was I used to hate going to work with you stupid motherfuckers. He's funny. He has a good, at least he doesn't lie. He does lie. What the fuck are you talking about? He lies all the time. Well, at least he's funny. I don't need my president to be a fucking comedian. I need for him to not get rid of all the jobs. I need for him to pay the TSA agents so I can get the fuck out this country. I need people to be able to get food stamps. I need people to be able to eat. I need for them not to be in survival mode, because stupid black people think that being in survival mode is a normal way of being. And I'm saying it because I just finished listening to Mona and Mark Lamont Hill try to talk to a whole bunch of ignorant niggas on Joe Budden's podcast. And I'm like, who is this stupid motherfucker? Who are these dumbass niggas? And they really feel like we can have a difference in opinion about this, and we cannot. We cannot have a difference in opinion about this, nigga. The example that was used about Harriet Tubman shooting you niggas because we can't run away from slavery with niggas like you. I agree. That's how I feel about this. No, we're not in community together. And the funniest thing is watching all of y'all get mad that people don't want to deal with y'all no more. And then you try to act like I should be able to do it. Yeah, and I should be able to say, I don't want to fuck with you anymore. But because y'all get everything from racist white people, because y'all get everything from slavery, you think you can hurt me, not give a fuck about me, vote for my downfall, and then still force me to be friends or in community with you. You think you should still be able to reap the benefits of having me in your life while basically saying, bitch, I don't care if you die on the back end. Like, what? I don't care if you lose your job. I don't care if your kids can't get the shit they need at school. I don't care if the devaluation of the education system in this country is causing everybody to be a fucking idiot. I'm so sorry. I don't understand. I really feel like, and I was thinking the same thing. I know the goal. I think Mona has done what she needed to do at this point. I think Mark has done what they needed to do. Y'all need to leave them ignorant ass niggas exactly where they are and let them find out how their thought process will lead to their own downfall. Let them think that their thought process is the right way and watch it lead to their downfall. Chilli can vote for whoever she wants to vote for. She can give her little $50 to whoever she want to give her little $50 to. And the black women that would have supported her have the right to take their $50 and put it somewhere else. Like on Jill Scott. Oh, if I have any people in here that are arguing with me about this, please block them. If there's anybody in here arguing with me about this specific thing right here, y'all, maybe not everything, but this specific thing, yeah, this is not, no, we're not doing that. Get away from us. Get away from us. If you get some sense, if you find your goddamn mind, then maybe you can come back. But if you ain't with us, bitch, please go over there somewhere. Please go over there somewhere and stop trying to get money off of us too. Go get money from them white people that you voting for. Go get money from MAGA. See if they gonna buy all the tickets to your shit. Oh no. Oh no, who? Not Meek Mills. They gotta be being facetious. Meek, what you talking about, girl? Are you saying you're a Trump supporter? Are you saying it makes sense to vote for Trump? What you talking about, Meek? Because you do be here all the time, so I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. What's going on, homegirl? Because listen, I've been parting ways with everybody in my life. It ain't nothing now. I've been parting ways with a lot of motherfuckers. People don't even realize they blocked from my phone right now. Funky is wrong for telling y'all to stop fucking with your... No. And you don't have to write it in caps. You don't have to scream. No, they're not wrong. Nobody's wrong for telling you to stop fucking with people over this. Nobody's wrong for telling you to stop fucking with people over this. I'm not fucking with you. If you don't want to fuck with your family members that think that way because they are ignorant and they upset your nervous system and they are basically aiding in a Holocaust-like event happening in this country currently, no. No, we're not mad because you're saying people can have their own views. We're saying your views are ignorant and we don't like your views. And if we don't like your views, why are you trying to force them on us? Like, go to people that are okay. Like, go find your people. If this is where we part, then this is where we part. And I love you for real. But no, I'm sorry. This is not that. This is not that. And it never was. This never was that, y'all. It never was a place that you could be a MAGA Trump supporter and be like, yeah, that's cool. That's like, no, this was never that place. I have never been that. I have y'all actually that mindset of as long as I can have a choice, it doesn't matter how my choice hurts everybody, including myself. Yeah, cutting your nose off to spite your face, right? You got to be contrarian so that you can either get attention or so that you can feel like you're making the other black folks upset. Whatever the fuck that's about, it's reactionary. It's not well thought out. It's stupid. And I'm not actually upset. It's more so of like disappointment and hurt. If we were upset, I feel like we have every right to be. That's crazy. All of the shit that's going on right now, all of the black women that lost their jobs, the people that are not being paid, the women, that lady that might be going to jail for murder because she had an abortion, like all of the shit that's happening right now because of this administration. You are not going to sit in my fucking comments telling everybody that it's cool for you to vote for Trump and y'all can't get mad if people want to vote for Trump. Get the fuck out of my, go over there by the MAGA people If you think that's cool, there are people where you can go and be with them. And if they treat you with love and respect, please go be where you are loved and respected. But that's not loved and respected over here. It's not just a difference of opinion. It's you saying you don't give a fuck about everybody else. That's what it's given. I don't give a fuck about everybody else. I don't give a fuck what everybody else going through. I don't give a fuck about my rights as a woman. I don't give a fuck about the what they doing to the people out here. I don't care. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care. Yeah, I don't live my life like that. I don't want to live my life like that. Y'all value a lot of shit that don't matter way too much. And if your family value you, they need to get their fucking mind right. And if they can't get their fucking mind right, they need to be alone until they get their mind right. I'm a firm believer in absence is a great teacher. Absence is a great teacher, and you need to learn something if you think that it is reasonable for you to be a fucking Trump supporter. It's not reasonable. It's not reasonable. It's not. I don't understand. You looking like, it's like niggas don't be looking around or something like that. It's like they can't see what's going on in the world or something like that. And if for nothing, there's a strong possibility that this nigga's fucking kids. And you're like, people have a right to their choices. No, they don't. They really, y'all shouldn't have had a right to vote for this nigga. He shouldn't have been able to run again. He shouldn't have been able, legally, he shouldn't have been able to run again. It's a lot of illegal shit that happened in order for us to get here. And I know that's why I want y'all to travel outside the country if you can, because I need for y'all to know your life is made hard on purpose by people. You think this is just survival. It's not. It's a labyrinth. It's literally intentionally to make you poor, to make you uneducated, to make you a slave. And no, I'm not voting for slavery. What the fuck is wrong? No, we not gonna be cool on this one. We not gonna be cool on this one. I'm not fucking with you. I don't want to be around you. The space I'm in my life right now, if you make me feel any type of way, like I feel like because I try very hard to get along with people. And if I feel like after all of these years, you still treating me like shit, I'm not about to keep going through a pattern of behavior with you, bitch. Fuck you. Now this is Chilli lying to us.
Hey guys, I wanted to come on here to address a few things that's circulating on the internet that's very concerning to me. Let me say this first. I have the utmost respect and admiration for Michelle Obama, and I would never say or do anything that is disrespectful to her or to any woman. I would never do that. And I had no clue that this repost had happened until I started getting phone calls and text messages from everybody, and I immediately went to my page to see what was going on. Now, mind you, I'm not very computer savvy, so I'm looking for this repost button, and I see that all of these buttons are very, very close to each other. And clearly I was scrolling and my thumb hit the repost button. Again, I had no clue that something like this happened until I got all the calls. But of course, I took that down, and I would never post anything like that. I would never do something like that. That is not my character. I have supported the Obamas. I gave to the campaign, both runs, voted twice for him.
Yeah, it's a lot of y'all. It's a lot of people who did this. I don't know why y'all did this, but a lot of y'all voted for, a lot of white people voted for Obama. Everything was great. Y'all say, and I'm saying everything was great because in comparison, And all of the things that Trump did caused almost everything that happened that's been fucked up ever since. The reason why your life not as good since that black man is no longer in the presidency has a lot to do with Trump coming in and disabling everything that he did. He had a hard on for that man. And when he came into office, anything that Obama did to make the country better, he got rid of, which is how we got COVID. I know a lot of y'all don't want to understand that, but him ignoring what was going on in other countries was neglect. And number two, Obama had put together a whole group of scientists and people that was supposed to be watching to make sure that if diseases are happening in other countries, they don't get over here. You know, like Ebola and all of that shit. You might see a pop-up of a handful of cases, but it didn't happen here the way it happened in other countries because President Obama had a group of people dedicated to making sure that infectious diseases would not get here. And if anything was going on, you would shut down airports, you would stop travel, all of that shit. When Trump got into office, he dismantled all of it. That's how COVID happened. And then he told y'all to drink bleach. So I'm so confused about how y'all went from voting for Obama to feeling like that idiot was ever a good option. I don't understand. I didn't understand in 2016 and I don't understand now.
Him and supported the organization that Michelle had in the schools for exercise for the kids.
Yeah, we know because you're fat phobic. So we know that you're going to make sure that you're supporting the kids not being fat.
I would never do anything that's harmful or hateful to anybody. You know, I'm just not wired like that. That's just not who I am. And when it comes to organizations that I have donated to, these are the things that support the veterans. You know, I have always supported them, not just now, but for years. This is not something new. So I just wanted to.
And you know why? You know why? We know why. Because the Trump administration made trans people their target. And they made immigrants their target. And if you a black person and you could have a little hate in your heart for a trans person or immigrant, they got you. They got you. Because then they made trans people and immigrants the big bad that needed to be struck down with the mighty hand of Trump. In the process, choking every single one of you motherfuckers. Every single one of y'all is now having a harder life. I don't care what y'all talking about. Y'all having a hard, you can't even get out this fucking country without standing in line for 2 days. We glad that that's over now, but that happened. That happened. Everybody's lives has been negatively affected by this nigga being president. Also that y'all can keep y'all foot on trans women's neck. Because y'all really don't give a fuck about trans men. Because I've been seeing more trans men than ever before. Okay, got me questioning whether I'm pansexual or not.
To let you guys know, you know, this from me, you know, that I would never do anything so disrespectful. And I would just never, I'm just not about hate or anything like that. You know, if you look on my page and see my posts, it's all about love, faith, and connection. That's what I'm all about. You know, and I've always been that way, and I will continue to be just that way. So
straight, but age gap, right?
I just want to thank you guys for, you know, your love and your support and just taking the time to listen to me right now. I really, really appreciate that. And I love you guys. Thank you.
Okay, so that's what she said. I'm going in order, y'all. She said this. I want to be clear. I am not MAGA. Do not support any of the many policies that are causing great harm to the American people. I made a mistake. Too many make. I did not read the fine print. This is bullshit. I thought I was supporting causes against human trafficking and for veterans. Y'all, this is cap. This is cap. Two things I care deeply about as my dad is a veteran and everybody knows I love children. I have learned a valuable lesson and ask for grace as I navigate this. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't wish bad on Chilli. But I think a line in the sand has to be drawn at this point because y'all may not understand what's going on. It's very annoying to me how many of y'all don't understand how holocaustic this is. And then they black people always like slavery. Yeah, for the immigrants. But essentially to everybody else that's watching people get snatched up out of houses and off streets and watching 5-year-olds get put in detention centers and shit like that and then watching y'all get on the internet and say it's not true. This is absolutely like the Holocaust. Maybe it is like, and I feel like slavery was so drawn out and for so long, I can't even like say that this is like slavery, because slavery was just like a way of life for such a long time. It was fucked up, but it was almost like everybody kind of had gotten comfortable with what was going on. Whereas when the Holocaust happened, it was like this. There was like a build up and then like a swift switch. Everybody turn their head and now what the fuck going on? And you see it going on and you like your friends and your family selling you out. That's why we can't be cool with you, bitch, because you dangerous to me. Y'all need to read books, bitch. Do you know what happened during the Holocaust? Your family, your friends, and your neighbors would sell you out to get protection from Hitler and the Schmazis. That's what was going on. They had a whole system in place where they were telling on their neighbors. That's how people was getting snatched up out of their houses. That's why. And another reason is because the ICE people are very similar. And then when the ICE people ended up at the fucking airport, instead of this nigga just paying the TSA agents, you see how many of their faces are black and brown. I saw a queer woman. I saw another black woman. And everybody is looking like, what the fuck is going on? And I said, that's exactly the reason why we can't be cool with you hoes if you think this way. Because look how y'all pop up to snatch somebody off the fucking street. They snatched the lady that first day at the fucking airport and that shit wasn't supposed to happen. And they snatched that lady in front of a kid. It may not bother some of y'all. It bothered me. It hurt me. I don't like it. I don't like living nowhere like this at all. And I think that something is really wrong with y'all that think that this shit is not as serious as it actually is, just because you able to still go out and party and get fucked up and get dick from a stupid nigga. Then none of this shit really like, but what you think going on? Why do you think these niggas are so fucked up now? Why you think the niggas so crazy now? I was just talking to some women at the hair salon. They was like, nah, B, these niggas is crazy out here now. Do you know why? Why are the black women so much more transphobic and homophobic? Do y'all think y'all are exempt from the presidency and the culture of a country affecting you, the citizens? Do you really think that? You're not. You're not exempt from being brainwashed into this shit. I'm not talking to a nigga right now because they was mad at me for drawing a correlation between Kanye West and red pill content and black men and misogyny and how they deal with black women and how they get online and convince themselves that they're no longer the dog that they used to be okay with being back in the day. Niggas used to be like, yeah, we fucking over women. Yeah, we fucking over women. We know we dogs. That's why we gonna beg and we gonna cry and we gonna do all that shit because we know we getting over on y'all. But now y'all want to gaslight us and act like that's not what the fuck you doing. And guess who helped Trump get into office? Because y'all always thinking, a lot of y'all pro-black people, y'all always think everything is predestined and all of that. But no, you know how he got into office? Red pill content, misogyny, homophobia, transphobia. All of them things that y'all feel like it don't, it's okay for y'all to hate those people. It's okay for y'all to make monsters out of those people instead of recognizing how you are being brainwashed by the very people that are trying to destroy you. I can't. I just can't. Slavery happened slow on some level. Like it was 400 years. It was slower. The way this shit happened, the difference, 20 years, the difference between 20 years ago and right now is y'all giving a fuck about trans people who y'all rarely ever really see. Y'all don't give a fuck about trans people. Y'all love Drag Race. Y'all love all of that gender bending shit, right, 90s people? Until somebody say this what I want to do with myself, this how I want to live my life. It's cool for everybody to just be entertaining and enjoying each other's art and all of that. Lines have to be drawn. I'm drawing my line. Yes, Kevin Samuels, he helped too. So then the other one that's getting her ass beat too now, and really, she been deserved it. It's Salt. Chilli, please keep your pretty head all the way up, sister. Oh, you know, colorist bitches. Texturist, colorist bitches stick together, don't they? This world is very quick to believe anything and everything posted on social media. Yeah, like your repost. I get tired of y'all playing on our top when y'all get ready to. Right, 1% of the population. Congrats on failing for a non-issue. Girl. Even when you quick to crucify and slow to forgive. Yes, because y'all know the weird Christians think that everybody is always crucifying them. They now like attach, you know what I'm saying, Jesus suffering to themselves and make themselves victims every time somebody tries to hold them accountable for despicable behavior, being hateful. Because y'all really like to hide behind their religion and act like you're not being hateful. You're being hateful. Quick to crucify and slow to forgive. Even when you straighten it out, haters will always hate. We're just not dumb, Salt. When you in your heart, we know you in your heart. I truly pray that you don't shed not one tear or lose not 1 minute of sleep or peace over any of this. Because God forbid you actually feel bad about people finding out that you're a disappointing Trump supporter. A little Trump supporter. We got you, and any threat of not coming to the show from anyone will not stop us from loving on you and supporting you as a person and your legacy in music. She must think that they have enough white fans to, ensure that their tour will do well. Like, I guess all of the white women from the 90s that was, on them at that time would love to come out and see them. And that's cool, because the 92% of black women that may decide to not fuck with you, I hope, it seems as if you don't care, right? The people that you built your career off of, you don't care about how they feel about your disappointing actions. Y'all just don't like to be held accountable for nothing. That's really what it is. Because at the end of the day, how is people hurt? Girl, it ain't really hurting you for us to say that you fucking up. Your actions is the problem here. Us pointing it out to you is just only hurting your feelings. Your feelings aren't facts. Feel your toes and your fingers, be present, and calm the fuck down. Take what we saying in a little bit. This how you know they not listening and they don't give a fuck. Because this is I don't give a fuck about how nobody else feel but us. I'm not about to read the rest of that bullshit. So, after that happened, and I saw, hold up, let's listen to this audio of T-Boz before I move on to En Vogue.
This is an all hip-hop exclusive.
Yeah.
You guys are about to nominate the biggest jackass in the history of politics. Straight up, period.
I think you're really going to win.
This is an all hip-hop exclusive.
My group member voted for him.
Well, here's my thing
This is an
I've been
all-hip-hop
telling you guys
exclusive.
that when you say Obama got 2, that don't mean nothing anymore, because the voters are as dumb as they've ever been.
This is an all hip-hop exclusive.
Yeah.
You guys are about to nominate the biggest.
Damn, I don't know if this is real, because y'all know how people be lying nowadays, but this is allhiphop.com. It says T-Boz confirms Chilli voted for Donald Trump in audio obtained by All Hip Hop. This audio is from Trump's first successful run in 2016. This adds fuel to the controversy that already has social media digging into her past comments and even her 2020 infamous All Lives Matter statement. Chilli has denied any connection to MAGA, but critics continue to question the disconnect between her statements and what they believe her history shows. But none of this is hypocrisy or confusing, right? Girl, please. I really feel bad for T-Boz, because, bitch, you fucking up T-Boz money. Because you don't know how to quietly go vote for people and shut the fuck up. Because you on social media indulging in all kinds of weird ass, far right wing, ignorant ass rhetoric. Wild. Crazy. And, while all of this was going on, I made a video on Instagram and TikTok, and I'm going to play it for y'all, okay? Because this was just, people were so upset about me. Now y'all and this is just because I was just thinking about it. I be thinking about things. I'm a Gemini, Okay, I love gardening. And when you garden, sometimes you just think about things. You recall the things that you have in your lockbox of memories. And when I'm able to sit and think to myself, I can remember patterns of behavior and things come to me.
I was just thinking.
Okay, this is what I said. Like the video. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok.
About it, and there's something wrong with with every group on its iconic tour. First of all, we already been talking about Chilli, right? Girl, it don't matter what she said, it don't matter what y'all say, that lady liked them people, okay? Then you got Salt from Salt and Pepper talking about we support you. She another Jesus freak, crazy bitch that's probably along the same lines as Chilli. But I will never forget how long it took them to treat Spinderella with some goddamn respect. I think it's crazy how, most Christian people always treating everybody like shit. Okay? Because I'm just saying, it seemed as if it was Salt who really wanted to invalidate Spinderella. And y'all know Pep is just, Pep just be there and then say some dumb shit. But most of the time she just be there, girl. Yeah, la la land.
Peppa gives what long-term drug abuse does to your brain. That's what Peppa be giving me. I don't know if that's her story. I do feel like I saw a movie where, she was on, she might have been on some party drug shit. But I also wanted to say, like, Peppa not exactly right, either. And there's something like, she give, drugs have affected my mind, and also, mental illness may run in my family.
En Vogue. Now y'all know I love me some En Vogue. I do. But the way Rona has held that group down all of these years for them to play her out the way they did, and now she's no longer a part of the group, and I don't know what it was because Maxine came. Like, girl, I don't know what it was. But every single one of those groups has treated somebody who I feel like showed up when they needed them to like shit. Like TLC, y'all were very much women conscious, LGBTQ loaded. Y'all had condoms and baggy clothes on. Like, y'all were speaking about women's rights way before a lot of us were even women. Y'all crafted us being fearless in our sexuality, all for you to turn around and be MAGA Jesus freak. The same thing with Salt and Pepper. Like, but we went through that with Salt because she don't want to perform certain songs and all of that. Girl. And again, Spin had to fight.
And also, y'all, they get y'all black women, listen to me. They get you with purity. You have to take inventory of why you would think you are better than another woman because of the amount of sex either of you have had. Especially once you understand that a woman can have sex with one man and be faithful to him, and he can give her AIDS. And a woman could be out here giving her coochie to every nigga she want to give it to, and she wear a condom every time and don't have a STD. And so with that understanding, and I've been understanding that since the early 90s, I don't know why that's still lost on so many black women, that purity is elevating you in some type of way that it is not. There is no such thing as purity. We are human beings having a human experience. And that in every facet of life, people are selling themselves out. The way y'all attach shame and guilt to women having sex or wearing their bodies out, all of that type of shit, the way y'all attach shit to that, it's crazy. Because you don't attach that same thing to like things that are actually harmful, like men being abusive. Like it's very, very weird to me. And I don't understand why we haven't grown out of the slut shaming thing. Or as women just feeling like we're better than other women and, women need to be, more chaste. Do they? To me, I more prefer women deciding that they don't want to fuck these niggas because these niggas not fuckable. That's what I prefer. And that's what actually happens. If y'all would just let the girls go through what they need to go through, a lot of the times they end up, what I've been seeing more often than not is that the girls were out there. They were trying. They either tried to be a hoe at one point, live their life. They tried to be in a relationship and be pure. And niggas is fucking up at every turn to the point that the girls don't even know what they want to do no more. A lot of them thinking about going gay. And I had to tell somebody, girl, don't you do it. If you don't love coochie, don't come over on this side. Don't come over on this side. Don't, because we already going through it. The girls over here are already male identified. We already dealing with pretty women that's acting like niggas. It's terrible. We don't need any extra. Please understand that you have to change yourself. Because once you change yourself, a lot of this shit is not attractive anymore. A lot of shit that some of these niggas that you used to be all, wet in a puss about, dry up when you look at them if your mind is growing. If your mind is growing, you should no longer be attracted to certain types of shit. And if you see that you still attracted to certain types of shit, that means you still got some growing to do. And you got to go through your journey, girl. But I, even as a married woman, understood. Before I got married, y'all, I had my own place. I was single. One dude that I was with for a long time that kept trying to cuff me, nigga, you can come over here and fuck me every now and again, but get off me. We do not go together. You know what I'm saying? I had a friend here. I had a friend there. My place was always clean. My place was always clean. My fridge was always full, bitch. My life was peaceful. Okay? And I had a few people to entertain. I had a child more than I would have ever needed to entertain. Okay? So I personally feel like I don't understand how women don't see the value in that. But I understand is because they really have been groomed to believe that having one person all up your ass all the time is preferable. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. Usually that's a you issue that you need to work on. As somebody that used to be like that, girl, that's a you issue that you got to work on. I don't know how we got here, but I'm sorry.
Y'all way too hard for that respect. Being a part of y'all group most of the time and y'all want to turn around and act like, oh, she only been here for a minute. And Rona been performing live with En Vogue for 13 years and y'all played that lady out because y'all didn't want her to be a part of y'all rock and roll Hall of Fame. Yeah, that's all some flaw-ass people. In my opinion, outside looking in, not really knowing the specifics, but seeing what done went down, yeah, that's some fucked up-ass people over there.
Y'all got y'all tickets? Okay, so one of the things that I want to say, and the reason why I actually did my post is because I was really excited about the people who I saw like the post. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it now, but I absolutely saw Kid from Kid and Play and Fab Five Freddy in my likes. I feel like that I saw Kid from Kid and Play and Fab Five Freddy in my in my likes on this post. Okay? And I feel like that's validation that I am absolutely right. And I know I'm right in detail, but that means that the people behind the scenes feel this way too. And they have, their firsthand understanding of the shit, but they not gonna really say nothing, because they don't want to be in no mess. But I absolutely saw Kid from Kid and Play and Fab Five Freddy like my post, and I got real excited about that because I love Kid and Play. Okay, and I know who Fab Five Freddy is, and I know that he is like a somebody that's well respected in hip hop. So that I felt like that meant something, girl. I was excited about that. I can't see it right now, but I know I saw it. It might be on TikTok and not on Instagram. But anyway, I wanted to talk to y'all about what's going on with En Vogue because I was right about what I said. I watched all the reality shows with Salt and Pepper. That for one. Because when you actually do grow up liking these people, you follow them. You follow their careers. You follow what's going on with them. So it was very annoying and heartbreaking to see how they treated Spinderella on the reality shows. That's why I kind of didn't give a fuck about, I stopped liking Salt. Salt used to be my favorite because I always liked Salt's verses. And, she was short like me. And, she had the little cute shortcut and all of that shit. I used to love that. Their style back in the day when they were dressing in baggy shit, but also I feel like they used to kind of do a more sexier version of that. But yeah, y'all, I love these people, girl. So I've been watching their career and how they move, and they move fucked up. They be moving fucked up. So this is Rona Bennett And as I like to call, plain white rice. I don't know if y'all know, a lot of y'all may not know, she used to be on the Jamie Foxx show. And her and Jamie Foxx have one of the most iconic scenes on the show. I feel like I need to find that for y'all. Hold up. I need to find that for y'all. Because if you don't know, you need to know. Okay? I need for
Not
y'all.
to continue.
Because I want y'all to put respect on Rona's name. That's why. Okay? Jamie Foxx show. Plain white rice. Okay.
Okay, that's fine with me. And the office decides who has the better jingle skills.
Oh, that's great. But
Y'all
first,
see her?
Let's
Okay.
level the playing field, huh?
Oh, wait. He pulled his titties out.
What is going on?
It's a jingle off, Jamie and Nicole.
All right, man. We haven't had one of these in years.
All right, let's get
No
to it.
spitting, no talking about your mamas.
Yeah.
Plain white rice.
All right, y'all ready?
All right. Any questions here? Any questions here?
It's a battle.
No.
Jingle.
Go get dog.
Because you gotta hear the voice.
Plain white rice, plain white rice. See how it boils, see how it boils.
30 minutes and it will be done. Yes.
Oh, we're watching Sanford and Son. Plain white rice, plain white rice.
Okay, listen, hold up.
Under red beams over on some raw fish. This is a taste that you just can't miss. No plan.
Listen.
6, 7, 8. You wish to continue?
Yeah, I want the number 8. Give me a 2-piece. But no,
She's whipping his
Man,
ass.
come on, Jingle. What's going on, Jay?
I don't know what I need to do.
You gotta go whinings on her.
BBS CC.
Both, you losing.
Run to the store and get some tonight. Always on point when your money ain't right. Oh, yeah.
And it's taste in the morning, but it's better at night. Fool.
It's good at a wedding when you throw it at your wife. Oh,
Plain
plain
white
We have a draw.
Listen. Did you hear the vocals? That's one of them things that I be stimming. Like just randomly, plain white rice. Just randomly. Just like, ooh, she finally brought my potato skins. Just randomly. That's from Martin. Y'all, I hate this look on me because they're going to think I'm even younger now and they're going to keep disrespecting me because everybody that when I talk about shit from the 90s, they be disrespecting me because they think I'm like 26 or some shit. Bitch, I am about to be 38 years old, okay? I am almost 40 years old, bitch. I am almost 40 years old. I was here for the 90s. I was here. I'm always referencing them. I was here when it was actually on TV, and then I kept watching it when it was in syndication after that. Not only am I almost 40, I was old when I got here. I was old when I got here. I was an old bitch long time ago. Stop playing with me. This is what Rona said. Wait. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Respect, name, put it together. I'm responding to the recent People magazine. Okay, wait. No, before we get to her response, before we get to her response, bitch, I pulled up the People magazine article that En Vogue did. That's not it. This is it. Okay. We about to get into this. Okay. We about to get into this mess. We about to get into this here bullshit. Okay. Y'all see them up there? They look good, don't they? 1 little riddle, 2 little, 3 little, 4 little riddle, 5 little, 6 little, 7 little riddle, 8 little riddle. Now you know you gotta go Friday night. I'm sorry, that's how they look. I'm listening to that when I get in the car. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to put it back on Rona so that I could scroll and read at the same time. Let me see. Okay. All right. Okay. I think I'm about to get us together so we could be cute. Okay, bitch, stop doing that. We're cute. Okay. All right. There's a reason En Vogue has lasted as long as they have. It's in the name. That name fit us because we felt like our music is on the cutting edge. Member Cindy Herron tells People, my fave, exclusively of when they first came up with it back in 1990. Who wrote this article, my nigga? I know I'm reading weird, but I feel like they wrote it weird. Let's try this again. That name fit us because we felt like our music is on the cutting edge. Member Cindy Herron tells People, exclusively of when they first came up with it back in 1990. And then with getting the right wardrobe, we started dressing in cutting edge style. A lot has changed since then, but the iconic girl group best known for their perfect harmonies is still looking and sounding the part. Herron, 64, my God, on today, along with fellow original members Terry Ellis and Maxine Jones, recently performed at the iHeartRadio Music Awards alongside 90s girl group counterparts TLC and Salt and Pepper. The three acts are gearing up to hit the road together for the It's Iconic Tour this summer. We're really excited, says Ellis, 62. Thank God for the 90s music people. They really, really want to hear us. Ellis, Herron, and Jones, 64, plus exited original member Dawn Robinson ruled the 90s with hits like Free Your Mind, Hold On, and My Lovin', You're Never Gonna Get It. Nicknamed the Funky Divas, they helped inspired later R&B acts like Destiny's Child and Escape. And though the group has gone through ups and downs and a number of shakeups, most of the original gang is finally back together. Jones recently returned after leaving the group 10 years ago. At the time, we had irreconcilable differences, she says, of why she stepped away. I had to raise my daughter, she adds. It was her teenage years, and that was just really important to me. But I'm here right now. We've put the past behind us. Years before Jones parted ways, they tapped singer Rona Bennett to step in and actually join the group. Originally, Herron says she was a team player, a very quick study, and an excellent vocalist. But after a decade, things recently became more difficult as the group struggled to come to terms on a new operating agreement. There was a lot going on back and forth between attorneys, says Ellis, but we allowed her to continue to work even though it wasn't signed yet, just giving grace. We allowed her to continue to work? Ellis. Is that not Maxine? Oh, no, that's Terry. Okay, Terry said that. Okay. Was that right, Terry? Yeah. Okay, that's Terry's last name. I'm sorry, I just wanted to, I get like they're in charge of the girls, but my God, like the language is just telling. You know what I'm saying? Like you think you did her a favor when really she did you a favor for y'all to be able to tour all of these years without Maxine or Dawn. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let me get back into it. Then came the group's performance at the 2025 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony with Bennett's contract still up in the air and Jones having returned to the group. The three performed without Bennett, 49, who had another engagement. Next thing we know, we hear on social media that she left. She's gone, says Ellis of Bennett, who announced on Facebook that after more than 20 years with En Vogue, she was leaving and entering a new season in the wake of missing the performance. Adds Ellis, she could be here. She chose not to be. Who are y'all talking to? The way, child, not them playing on the radio downstairs. Y'all, they playing on the radio downstairs right now. Let go. You have a right to lose control. Maxine was absolutely gay coded. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. And it like crazy bitches, like I don't mean, I'm not trying to call this lady crazy because I don't really know anything about Maxine, but there's a picture of her and it's something in her eyes that gives a little like she got a space and there's a look in her eyes. It gives that she's drama. That's what it gives, girl. And sometimes those women are like less predictable than you would think. They may not want to be looked at a certain way, but it doesn't mean they won't do certain things. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so Bennett disagrees, responding to the group's latest claims that she writes on Facebook regarding the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame event. She says, I was not informed of that performance in advance. The suggestion that I declined to participate due to a prior engagement is not accurate. Of the stalled contract negotiations, she says their statement is misleading. My lawyer received a formal notice from their lawyer that the contract they were offering had been withdrawn on November 11th. I have the email. My social media statement followed on November 13th when she said that she was no longer in the group. So who walked away? It all harkens back to the group's first major shakeup when Robinson, 59, chose to depart in 1997 near the height of their fame. Never in a million years would I have thought that she would leave, says Ellis. She would just have moments of upset. And 99% of the time, we didn't even know why. Adds Jones, I remember when she left, me calling her up and saying, are you crazy? Why? I literally begged her. Yeah. I want to be clear, y'all, because a lot of people are putting these two things together, like acting as if because of how they're handling Rona, they handled Dawn in the same way. And I don't think that's what happened. I think that Dawn has shown herself to be somebody that, you know, I think Dawn is a free bird. I think that Dawn sometimes, she's a little out there. And I think she might be highly sensitive, you know, and a little weirded out. You know what I'm saying? Like there is something about Dawn that I feel like I don't want to put that all on the girls because I just don't believe that. However, I do think that what I've seen when it comes to TLC, when it comes to En Vogue, y'all will use somebody up until it's time to give them credit. And when it's time to give them credit, you don't want to do that. Even though you would not have been able to tour and do as well as you did without them. Like the way Salt and Pepper were trying to do Spin. You're really trying to keep her out after, like, talking about she wasn't even on the first album. Girl, who gives a fuck? By the time y'all blew up, it was Spin. What are you talking about? And what we come to find out is y'all wasn't writing y'all own raps anyway. Like, it's just fucked up when y'all do that weird shit instead of being fair to people and, you know, doing the right thing, especially for people that be doing all of that, you know, we love God. What's wrong with you shit? You know what I mean? Like, girl, I guess. Let me continue. Dawn's platform for the longest has been that we've been broke, that we never made any money, that we got 2 pennies per album, says Ellis, and that's not the case. Ours was a standard contract. We all signed off on it. From there, egos got bigger, says Jones. She became adamant about being solo. She's the star. Dawn has been that girl since day one, the wild one. She's never changed. Really. Recently, Robinson, who over the years has reunited with the group for one-off special performances and anniversaries, made headlines for sharing on social media that she lives out of her car. Says, Heron, you're letting the world in on what should be private moments, and then they take that and run with it. So what are y'all mad at her for letting people know that she was living in her car? Like, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with her living her life. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to her living in her car, because I actually felt like that was cool. If she was gonna document that shit, act like in a way that was entertaining, I would have watched that shit. Like I watch people who camp and who live out of their cars and live out of vans and school buses. That shit is fascinating to watch people just be moving around and kind of having a less tethered life. Like I don't know why anybody would be taking that shit personal, but I get what she means, because if you act like we ain't never had no money when really you just spent all your fucking money, but still, okay, if you know it's not the truth, girl, whatever. It ain't like y'all was gonna pay her out of y'all paychecks. People are like, how dare you guys? She's living in her car, but they have no idea. Oh, people came to y'all with the bullshit. Got it. She told us multiple times, I'll never come back. The door has never been closed to Dawn. We've always wanted her back. We wish her the best. I believe that. Bennett did not respond to people's requests for comment. Robinson, meanwhile, could not be reached. For Ellis and Heron, who've remained active members of the group for 35 years, they still remember the group's happy earlier days. I remember Dawn calling me at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I answered the phone, and she was just screaming. She was like, our song is on the radio, says Ellis, of when Hit Hold On first hit the airwaves. I jumped up. I was like, oh my God, this is happening. And this is when my brain is waking up as a little baby. As a baby, this is when I'm starting to retain things. Because I absolutely remember watching this video, like, you know, like all of that. Like, I remember the images, the sounds, right? Like, I was one of them. I remember they used to play the music all the time. My mom worked in a hair salon. I'm in a shop all day, right? I'm in a shop all day. I'm listening to what the people are listening to. And I'm with my cousins, and they're very glued in. You know what I'm saying? Oh, girl, I hate when y'all make arguments that, you know, I don't feel like going back to. Like, girl, anyway. Anyway, these days, says Haran, it takes a little more push. The vocal cords don't always want to do what I want them to do, but it's perfectly fine because you can't be who you were yesterday. You can only be who you are in the moment. And in this moment, they couldn't be more excited about heading out on tour. Despite the ups and downs they faced as a group, we are moving forward, says Ellis, and we've continued to move forward. The It's Iconic tour featuring TLC, Salt and Pepper, and En Vogue kicks off on August 15th. Okay, so that was the article that they did for People. And then Rona said in response, let's start with the statement from Ellis. She could be here. She chose not to be here. To be clear, I always prioritized En Vogue. I worked with them in good faith for the last 5 years or so without an operating agreement contract in place. So when she said she allowed her to work, it's like, no, bitch, you needed another person until Max came back. And this was not the first time that a contract between us expired while I was still worked for years and garnered trust. I too didn't anticipate that we would part this way. Regarding the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame event, I was not informed of that performance in advance. The suggestion that I declined participation due to a prior engagement is not accurate and was explained in my initial social media response. You can refer to that post. Additionally, the timeline here is important, Ellis says. Next thing we know, we hear on social media that she left. She's gone. This statement is misleading and does not represent what actually occurred. My lawyer received a formal notice from their lawyer that the contract they were offering had been withdrawn on November 11th. I have the email. My social media statement followed on November 13th. So who walked away? I want to clarify that my departure was not the result of a disagreement over a specific performance. For several months, our legal teams were engaged in contract negotiations. Ultimately, the terms presented were not aligned with my values or a level of mutual respect in the relationship. They tried to offer her too little money. I never missed a show except for a New York show that we all missed. Over the course of the 13 years I was back, and my consistency and commitment to the work speaks for themselves. I have done what I can to keep people's dignity intact while also ensuring more accurate accounts of our time together. I spent over 20 years being connected to the brand and contributing to the group's legacy. My position is rooted in self-respect. Also, I did respond to the rep from People magazine just over an hour after their message was sent. However, I did not receive a response. With transparency, Rona. So yeah, I think we're in a time. Yeah, they're treating Rona like she was a space filler when really it's like, no, you wouldn't. First of all, you should value somebody for how they actually perform for you, number one. So showing up, being able to quickly get into line with the performances, being able to hold the songs. If y'all have been touring for a number of years and doing performances, then she has aided in you guys being able to do so. And I understand that there's more significance in the people that you start out with, but you don't do people like this. And I feel like to see how En Vogue just did this and how your girl did this, how Salt and Pepper did this to Spinderella. Yeah, did this on top of Chilli. Girl, this don't feel good. This don't feel good, y'all. I don't know what y'all old hoes got going on, but y'all need to get y'all life together. This is all just disrespectful. Okay. Let me see. What else is in my title, y'all? Can somebody comment and tell me what's in my title? Before we move on, so I can make sure I cover the things that are in my title. We're about to take a quick little break. Because I told y'all we was gonna be up here for a minute, and I didn't want to talk about the stuff that we talked about this long, but that's okay. It's been a couple of days. I had a lot on my chest. So I'll definitely have to, come back tomorrow. Rona has a YouTube channel. Okay, make sure, check that out. I'm gonna go check that out. I'll make sure to read y'all super chats at the end of the show. Okay, I still have to talk about Brandy. Okay, great. That's awesome. And Wanya, Brandy and Wanya. Okay, thank y'all for that. It was Chilli, Brandy, and Wanya, and then Meagan Thee Stallion, and I talked about Meagan Thee Stallion. Okay, great. Thank y'all so much. We're going to take a quick little break. Make sure you guys get your tickets for the Ooh Ladies First panel, okay? Podcast. All right, May 2nd in Atlanta. The link is down below in the description box if you're trying to come, okay? And yeah, we're going to take a quick little break, and I'll be right back. Hey y'all, this is a get ready with me. Okay, just a little something before I get ready for one of my daily lives. So I just started growing my locks about 2 years ago now, and I color treated, and I do like a style here or there, and I really, really have noticed that my hair does the best when I keep it moisturized. And my regimen of spraying my hair with water and then following it up with Fab Hair International's Moisture Mist leave-in conditioning spray, girl. Listen, it's giving me everything that I need as far as the moisture on a daily basis is concerned. I've tried a lot of sprays, and I really, really enjoy not only the way the spray bottle works, but also the way the hair feels moisturized after I've given it a spritz. There are so many great Fab Hair International products to try. And the Stimulate and Soothe Deep Cleansing Shampoo is one of my favorites. It actually gives your scalp a tingling sensation that makes it feel really, really clean. And then the Moisture Mask Deep Conditioning Mask is really amazing as well. Make my hair feel really, really moisturized after I had color treated it. The products are great and were created by a Black woman stylist who came from behind her chair to give her people the products she felt they really deserved. Fab Hair International is for all curls and coils, whatever your hair type. You can find something at Fab Hair International that will suit your specific needs. Right now, you can use my code BONDY15 to get 15% off of your purchase. Go to fabhairinternational.com, take their hair quiz, and find out which products will be perfect for your hair. Be a bougie traveler and shop fabhairinternational.com. All right. Okay, y'all. So I saw a comment, and I'm sure it's because they're watching it back. But I don't understand why it's so hard for people to just accept that things are what they are. It's like people always want to put a special meaning onto something, like a special exception. And I feel like when it comes to this conversation about the clothing in the 90s, you guys are trying to put a special exception onto something that just is what it is. I did not say that the baggy clothes did not come from hip hop, but within itself, a woman dressing in men's clothing is what was happening. And if that is what is happening, there are other people who were women dressing in men's clothing prior to that. Those people were gay. I don't understand why this is so hard for everybody. And I feel like it can only be the homophobia that people carry around. Anything that they like, you calling gay, is them feeling so uncomfortable and needing to have to argue about something that is really not that serious, but your denial of what it is comes off as homophobia. And so then I get agitated because it's like, why are you in here with your subtle homophobia? I thought I said I'm not on that. You know what I'm saying? It was a very long conversation. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't know why people are still commenting. I don't know why they're still talking to me about it. Like, at this point, you would think they would have left. Right? Right? Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, don't make it seem like it's me. They the ones with bad understanding, girl. I'm just up here and they down there. Okay, it's just that you know me and I don't know you. You know, because I know life has taught you that having one piece of man is having having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. So I'm just take what I got and work with it. I know that's what y'all feel. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's clouding the logic. It's clouding the logic. Okay. All right. Okay. Now let's get into it. Things we already knew. Brandy says she was 16 dating 22-year-old Wany Morris and now claims he weaponized her admiration as her mentor. My God, on today, something that I will be adding to my Audible account. Should have made you cry. Almost made you happy, baby. Didn't I? But you can't get to heaven. Have all the ground. That's the way it goes. Almost doesn't count. I can't keep on. Woo, woo. I hear a heart that's never really sure. No. All that I could give you than what you came here for. I'm sorry, y'all. That album, I feel like I felt her pain from the relationship with him in that album. I don't know if it's just me. It may not even be the way it happened, but that's how that album felt to me. Like, I just can remember, and I was very young, but I sung one of her songs at a talent show, and it was like one of my first talent shows, and I was so scared and I was nervous, and they made fun of me for being scared. But I still sung. I was scared though. I was always scared. But I remember listening to this album all the time, and it's one of my favorite albums of all time. Actually, one of the songs, we played during my wedding. Because it's just, oh my God, it's just always been so magical. Oh my God, now I have to put it up. Have you ever loved somebody so much it make you cry? Have you ever needed something so bad you can't sleep at night? Have you ever tried? Listen, y'all will not play with me. Y'all will not play with me because, I was a kid during these years, the Moesha years, like Brandy was our everything. Like, what do you mean? Little Black Prince, especially for girls like me, like similar, upbringing, middle class, 2-parent household. You go to church on Sundays. You're a good girl. Okay? You're a good girl. You have talents and shit. Brandy was my girl. Okay? But this whole album felt like heartbreak behind Wanya. Specifically, have you ever? Even to her in a video, like she's on a bed, she was on a bed and she looked like she's wearing a man's suit. And it almost felt like she put on his clothes. Like she missed him so bad that she wanted to put on his clothes. Like, and if you ever, like, I used to have all of the heartbreaks, girl. I used to have all of the heartbreaks when I was a kid, girl. And, you know, teenage years, like, I used to stay getting my little heart broken all over the place, girl. And, it, you know, you get raised in abusive relationships. You create anxious attachments to people, you know. But anyway, and have you ever used to just, oh my God, the ache in that child, Angel in Disguise? Yes, that's why I'm like pulling up the whole album so I can remember the track names. But Put That On Everything was the song that we played at our wedding. Oh my God. If you're looking to find a love that will stand to the end of time, baby, relax your mind and love is here. Hey, yeah. I do everything, I swear. I take the pain and the hurt, you won't know it's there. Once would be nothing. I put that on everything. Put that on everything. Like even the arrangement of that song. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I'm going to be listening to this book this weekend, bitch. Okay? But in her memoir, she says that she initially looked up to him as a mentor, but now believes that admiration was weaponized, adding she was a child at the time and didn't fully understand what was happening. Wanya has previously denied that their relationship began before she turned 18, creating a clear timeline dispute between the two. We all know it's a lie because it happened when y'all worked on Broken Hearted. Ain't that the story? Ain't the story that they was working on Broken Hearted together? I can't remember, girl. I'm gonna go listen to the book and I'll come back with more information. Okay? Girl, I will report back after I finish reading the book. Okay, I might come to my members and, you know, listen to that shit with y'all because y'all know we do that sometimes. Let me see. I wanted to make sure because I have an Instagram post from an interview he did a long time ago.
Really?
Let's look at the Breakfast Club. Let's look at the Breakfast Club. Fucking weirdos.
Young when y'all dated.
Yeah, she was. Not that young. Not
this
jailbait.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But you know that's why. But hold on. That's why I stopped it. But hold on. But that's why I stopped it and said that she wasn't that young because I don't want y'all to think Boys to Men was no.
I was young too.
She said she was 15 and she had to keep it a secret because she was so young.
See, we did the thing. We did the thing when she was like 16, 17, around that time. You know.
You was so you was still a boy too. You
I wasn't old. I wasn't
yet.
like 38 years old, nothing like that. I was old enough to. She was old enough to get it.
Okay. But was it legal in the state y'all was in?
I mean, we was always in different states. We was on tour.
Was it legal? They had a nomad relationship.
You know what I'm saying? We just, you know, we didn't do it in the states that it was legal. It was illegal in.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh. Political.
No.
Really young when y'all dated.
Yeah, she was. Not that young. Not
jailbait.
No, that's what I'm saying. But you know that's why. But hold on. That's why.
I'm gonna let you.
The age of consent was 18 in California. Somebody pulled it up. I love y'all for that. Okay, hold up.
As Adina began working on her second album, she found other ways to get into trouble, thanks to a liaison with Wanya of Boys to Men, who at the time was dating Adina's platinum-selling label mate, Brandy.
Wanya met Adina, and it's on and popping. When you meet Adina, it's on and popping.
Two young ladies allowed their egos to get in the way and were kind of going through it about a guy.
And that conflict caught the attention of Adina's and Brandy's label exec, Sylvia Rohn.
there probably was an exchange of words for Adina not to focus on Wanya because we're focusing on the second record and to focus mainly on that and not him.
Wendy Williams caught wind of it, called Adina, and Adina opened up like she normally would, except for she had some choice words in there for Sylvia and for Brandy. Well, that pissed Sylvia off. She was on fire.
You can be a boss on your record, but don't be a boss to the boss that makes your records. We'll pay you to make your record.
You know, you got two queens in one castle. The one who writes the check is gonna win.
As a result, the release date for Adina's album was delayed indefinitely.
I said something very inappropriate about the head of the label, and she pulled up the emergency brake, shut everything down. And rightfully so.
I want to know what you said because they was fighting over Wanya, but Wanya and Adina are the same age. Wanya and Adina are the same age. So they're 52. Brandy's 47. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. That's a 5-year age difference. So to me, if Brandy is 15, and you're 20, that's gross. That's gross. I just want to be clear again. Yuck. Okay? Now, more on Wanya quickly. More on Wanya. Where is it at? I'll pull it up. Damn it. I'll pull it up. Did you like the video? Are y'all liking the video? Or are y'all just like watching me? I know you see me watching you and I see you watching me. Boy, your mind is calling, the temptation is killing me. Sexy. No, you see me watching you. I see you watching while watching me. I'm putting at the spine and my bust is felt deep. My man on my mind, in my hair, what did I see? I fella looking fly and I was one that caught my eye. So I bit my lip and switch my hips as I walk by. Saying, sexy boy, you so fly. I just might give you a try. I'ma write your number in the palm of my hand. Oops, I forgot I got a man. Girl, I remember my middle school teacher was too upset because she felt like Destiny Child was convincing the girls to cheat on their husbands, to cheat on their boyfriends. And now I knew that was dumb back then. I was like, what? For going to the club? Because she was talking about the jumping song. Oh, you ladies, if your man at home, the club is full of ballers and they pockets full grown. And now you fellas, leave your girl with her friends. Because it's 11:30 in the club, it's jumping. And that does not mean cheating, bitch. That means these niggas is buying drinks. I'm old enough to know that now. You don't fuck niggas just because they send a drink to your table. And if you beautiful, niggas is sending drinks to your table. Also, you can't cheat on a boyfriend, bitch. I'm sorry. I feel like if men could be toxic, I could be toxic too. You can't cheat on a boyfriend. You're a boyfriend, sir. You know, because I grew up with women that wanted marriage, right? So if you want marriage, then sir, no, I'm so sorry. Monogamy is marriage. Marriage and monogamy go together. Eminem. Marriage and monogamy, that's what's supposed to go together. Okay? But then you know, you get into a marriage and then you're like, I do what the fuck I want to do. We do what the fuck we want to do. Okay? Who's going to check me about it? Not somebody that don't want to get disrespected. I hope not. But y'all, let's listen to this.
End of the day, something that I will never be able to wrap my wig around, something that my cranium just cannot accept, is the fact that Tracy Nash, Wany Morris's wife, Wany Morris from Boys to Men, you know, end of the road, laid there and birthed not uno, not dos, not tres, but cuatro, 4 boys, and named them Wany Morris. We got Wany Morris the second, Wany Morris the third, Wany Morris the fourth, and a Wany Morris the fifth. And then that cuatro formed a quartet. Do y'all want to know what they named the group? One More for Wanya Morris. Listen, this is the thing. I knew something was a little off when he was messing with little Brandy and little Adina when he was a grown man.
Him and Adina are the same age.
Yeah. Allegedly. But nothing will ever let this be okay.
Nah, that nigga is a narcissist.
For the past few...
To me, I'm sorry. How the fuck you name all them kids the same?
years, the
Let's
sons
check.
of
Let's
Boyz
make
II Men
sure.
member...
The lady said that, and it sent me down a rabbit, hole. So let's see, because the lady don't know that Adina the same age as him. So let's see. She could be wrong about this.
Wanya Morris have been cultivating their singing group, Wany More. Apparently, Wanya and his sons no longer speak. Wanya admitted that he is blocked from his sons after a fan asked why didn't he tag them in his appreciation post. When a fan asked, why didn't you tag Wany More though? He replied, because I can't, I'm blocked. And then he continued, I had to post from someone else's post. This is my only way to show how proud I am. Since you have an opinion, maybe request that their mom unblock me. Wanya Morris, the legendary Boyz II Men crooner, has recently found himself under intense public scrutiny as fans speculate about his relationship with his 4 sons who together formed the R&B group Wany More. Once a vocal supporter of his sons' musical endeavors, Morris's recent social media activity, or lack thereof, has left fans questioning whether the well of support he once showcased has run dry. Morris, 51, has 4 sons.
I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to let that rewind, but I was reading some of y'all comments. Yo, I just Googled it just to make sure. And yes, Wanya the second, big boy, because they have to have nicknames. Because how the fuck are we going to differentiate between them if you naming all of them your name, weird ass narcissistic nigga? Like how much you trying to prove you love yourself? How much are you trying to prove you love yourself? Do you know how much you like? To me, this is what because if people that actually love themselves for real, they don't do shit that is an over outward expression all the time. Something like making all of your kids have your same name appears that you like your name and yourself so much that you would name your kids that over and over and over again to the point of boredom. But really what it means is that maybe if you put your name on your kids, it'll make you love them and do something for them. Like, I don't know. But it's just very weird that you would do that. And then on some level, of course, it's about you being full of yourself, but it has to be something underneath that. Because you can't really think that great of yourself for you to name all of your kids your name. That is insane. Wanya the second, big boy. Wanya where's Wanya the second? Wait, I'm sorry. Wanya the second, Wanya the third, Chulo. Wanya the fourth, Tyvis. And Wanya the fifth, Rocco. So they all have nicknames. But essentially, legally, they are all named Wanya Morris, the second, third, fourth, and fifth. I'm sorry, not the fifth. Is it the fifth? Yeah. Second, it's slightly confusing for me because, oh my God, I can't believe you did this. So in case we were wondering if people that fuck teenagers grow up to not be weirdos, they do not. If they fucking teenagers, they're a weirdo. And they're going to be a weirdo. Because you got to remember, those of us that actually don't want to fuck teenagers, we were that age too, nigga. And never in my mind had I wanted to fuck with a 15-year-old when I was 20. And I feel like at this age, you could barely talk to people in their 20s. They don't speak words. Don't let it be a bitch from Atlanta. They don't speak words. Can't deal with that. Not gonna deal with that. That's wild. Okay, so we've been up here for 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I'm not done yet. And if you want me to stay, like the video. Okay? Because I do have a couple of more things that I would like to get into. Let me check some shit off my list. Okay, so I don't get confused. Okay. Since we were just talking about Brandy, right, and Wanya, let's see. You guys want to have a little giggle? You want to have a little giggle? Because Ray J got on the internet today. Ray J got on the internet today, but you know what? I'll save him for the very end of the show. Because he's going in on Jocelyn. And I'll save him for the end of the show, just for some levity, so we can listen to that together. Where I would like to go next. I want to shake up this energy, but, we're just going to be being mad at Black women today. First of all, I want to listen to Jill Scott. Y'all, Jill Scott is one of those people that, yes, there is some pick-me shit in there somewhere, but I love her too much to care. Okay? Like, she might even have been mean to somebody. Because I had a homegirl that said, she met her before and she was mean. And I was just like, I'm still going to buy that vinyl. I just got my vinyl of her new album downstairs. I just got it. Now, it just, people that have this type of majesty, I have to just be in awe of sometimes. Y'all feel like this about niggas that don't even really make music. Like, Diddy doesn't even really make music. He just hires people to make music and slaps his name on it, and y'all act like he's like Jill Scott or somebody. It's gross. Anyway, I'm gonna put these two things together for y'all in a second. Her and Chaka Khan, but let's listen to Jill.
Aretha Franklin sent me to get her 2 hot dogs with cooked onions and mustard.
You met her. You told her you loved her.
Yes.
And then she said what?
Go to the corner and get me 2 hot dogs with cooked onions and mustard. And I went.
Yes.
Okay, I think I had the #1 album in the country at the time. Yes. And I went to the corner and I got those hot dogs. And I brought them back. And I, just waited. I don't even think she ate them.
What did that teach you?
Well, I would, one, say be nicer to people. But 2, you got to earn your stripes.
Totally.
Then I was like, I wanted her to be nicer to me, to embrace me, to tell me that, give me some advice and hold my hand a little bit. But that's not what happened. Okay. Now I am that woman to a certain degree. And now I just have a task for you. I want to see what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. Don't waste it. Don't waste my time. Don't waste your time. It's too valuable. And I like this. This is the auntie portion. She's a little tougher. And I like that part. This is good for me. It's good for you too if you want it.
Absolutely.
If you want it. Aretha.
So I want to be clear that there is a part of what Jill's saying that I understand. There's a toughness that happens once you can see things so clearly you don't have time to play with people. I know that, I have this very youthful quality about me, but people who actually know me know that I'm an old hoe in my spirit. And I've been here before. I've been hearing that my entire life. All my friends were usually older than me. Like I told y'all, the people that wanted to hang around me when I was a kid were my older cousins who are like 18 plus years older than me. So I was always more mature than even the girls around me, sometimes my age. And then I started to be more mature than people that were older than me. And then I started to feel isolated to some extent. Not all the time, but sometimes. Because there's just some shit I feel like, yeah, y'all still doing that? This is why I'm at my house. You know what I mean? Because there's a certain level of little girl shit that I'm not about to like partake in, like purposefully making my nerves bad, arguing with stupid people and all of that shit in real life. And I'm talking about like in relationships and all of that. Like once you realize people is crazy, like sidestep. I'm tired of all of that, But to me, it is people don't understand it, but I think it's a reflection of white supremacy to some extent. Or maybe not even just white supremacy, that's under patriarchy. I think it's a sign of the patriarchy that everything has to be done through brute force or mind games. And I think we grow in a patriarchal system to think the ways that we've learned to do things are the best way to do them. And I think that is untrue. And this is why I, feel like if it feels bad to hit a dog or a kid, then don't do it. Find another way, because your feelings about things are telling you, are informing you on something. Like, my dog used to use the bathroom and, I would hit her on the nose or something like that. And the way she would cry and all of that would make me feel like shit. And at the end of the day, she's old. She's still going to pee and poo sometimes because she's old now. And so it's like, I'm not about to keep hitting my dog because she used the bathroom. Just clean the shit up and move on. Like, it ain't that serious. Just clean the shit up and move on. Whereas when I was younger, it's like you feel like you had to beat people for every fucking thing they did. They're not listening, hit them. Now that I'm older, I realize that was actually something that was brought to us. That was like we were brutalized in order for that to happen. That's not the natural thing for you to feel like it's okay to just be cruel. It's cruel. What she did was about power. It wasn't about, to me, every time I hear a story like this about Aretha, it makes me feel like Aretha was a deeply insecure person. And when you find out about her upbringing, when you find out about what happened to her as a child, what was going on with that church and her daddy, and how young she was when she got pregnant the first time, then you look at her career over the years, some of the men she was with, child, y'all didn't put it out there that Glenn Gorman was fucking her child, not Glenn Turman. Glenn Turman was fucking her son or some shit like that. I don't even know if that shit is true, but that's what, the people be saying. So I can only imagine this woman going through all of this shit. She's not going to be a kind person, especially if, it suits you to be a bitch. And I think sometimes it suits you to be a bitch. So yeah, when I look at all of that, I feel like, yes, you saw Jill, you saw her having a #1 album in the country, you saw her presence, you heard her vocals. It was too close to greatness like yours. And so you had to demean her. You had to remind her that she would just go and get your hot dogs, which is so insecure and petty. To me, it makes you seem like a very small person. Because when somebody is already walking up to you with stars in their eyes, there's no need to blow up. And essentially what I mean by that is that if they're already coming to you in a state of submission, why do you have to knock them down even more? You can only be intimidated. You can only be intimidated. You can only feel insecure. You can only feel like she might sound better than me. You might feel like she carry her weight better than me. You might feel like her titties sit up higher than mine. The fact that Jill internalized that as some lesson that she needed when, girl, the music industry is a hazing within itself. You didn't need no old bitch being rude to you. And speaking of old bitches being rude, Chaka, 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 Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, okay, yeah. Chaka Khan was online giving her opinion. This was the first opinion, okay? We was all like, oh, it's a little, little Haiti, little old bitch, because who you talking about? Who are you talking about who's on stage showing body parts that can't really sing? Because there were girls around your time that were about the looks and couldn't really sing. Chaka, you were major. Like, I listened to Chaka and Rufus, bitch. It was the 70s. Chaka's main era is the 70s and the 80s. Okay? The 70s and the 80s is Chaka's main era. Okay? By the 70s, in the 80s, the girls are showing their body on stage. But let's listen to her act like she doesn't know anything about, you know, the Diana Rosses of the world. Yeah, you may not have had no cleavage out, but it's the same thing as you not being able to sing as well as, you know, Mary Wells or somebody. You couldn't sing as good as some of them other girls, and they might have had a little bit more weight on them. And we now entering into TV, and you got to be looking at bitches. So now we need y'all to look a certain way. Now we switching out girls that could really sing for girls that could sing a little bit, but it's because they cuter. And you gonna act like you showing up in the 70s in a midriff top with your titties out high is a place to judge these younger girls from? That's odd.
Do you think that the demands have changed on female performers now, or do you think it's always been there? You just haven't played the game in the way
the game has changed.
Yeah.
Because all bets are off. These women are doing any and every damn thing on stage. And trying to sing too. The ones who are doing the most physicalities with their butts and stuff, you know, and their body parts are the ones that usually are compensating for what they don't have.
Move your bottom if you don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Voice.
And I'm not sure who she's talking about who's even dancing like that now, because the only people that dance like that now are Beyonce and the rap girls. Beyonce and the rap girls and Lizzo are the only people that are twerking and performing on stage right now. The rap girls never said they could sing, Chaka. And I know you're not talking about Beyonce.
Absolutely. So I came to sing, and I came to really do a good job, and that's hard work. It's hard. It's tough, but I don't feel like it's hard work whilst I'm doing it. I feel great.
Do you think that the demands have changed on female performers now, or do you think it's always been there? You just haven't played the game in the way
the game has changed.
Yeah.
Because all bets are off. These women are doing any and every damn thing on stage and trying to sing too. The ones who are doing the most physicalities.
Yeah. Girl, the way you used to be floating around the fucking stage in a bra and some bell bottoms. Girl, what are you gonna do for me? It gives jealousy. Like, I don't know why, but when y'all judge girls like this, when y'all judge younger women like this, as if you weren't also outliving your life to a certain extent, it gives hater shit. It gives bitter old lady shit. It gives, I'm mad that I'm not young anymore, so I'm gonna hate on the younger girls. That's what it's giving, Chaka. And now let's hear her say the thing that really pissed me off. And I don't understand why times are so different. I guess times really aren't that different. We just now have social media. Stupid people used to be able to just be away from you, right? People that, you know, or we weren't seeing things in the same light, right? But to have people online arguing about how what's love got to do with it made Ike Turner look worse than he actually was. And then have that happen because y'all are in my comments because I said that she pissed me off with this statement.
A lot of recording there, and you know.
Did you know Tina Turner?
I met her a few times.
Because she was in Switzerland.
I knew Ike more. I knew Ike.
Oh,
I knew him.
Was he a bad guy or a good guy?
No, he was a lovely.
And what do you mean I knew Ike more? Laugh, laugh. That's why I said it sound like you fucked that lady husband. And if somebody was in my comments talking about it wasn't when she was married to him, I said, how the fuck you know? Everything was happening in the 70s. How the fuck you know?
Human being.
Yeah.
Just he was victimized. He was a victim, you know, of himself and of the what we do for a living and of drugs and stuff like that. It was just. And me too. I was like, we were having fun together, and, you know. But it was not, you know, a good time in either of our lives. We were going through some shit, you know. But you know, shit happens. It's life. A lot of recording there, and you know.
Did you know Tina Turner?
I met her a few times.
Because she was in Switzerland.
I knew Ike more. I knew Ike.
Oh,
I knew him.
Was he a bad guy or a good guy?
No, he was a lovely human being.
Yeah.
Just he was
Had a bad
victimized. He was a
temper.
victim, you know, of himself and of of what we do for a living, and of drugs and stuff like that. It was just, and me too. I was like, we were having fun together, and, you know. But it was.
She gives zooted right now. I don't know if anybody else is peeping it. Okay. So he was a wonderful person. It sounds like you just didn't like Tina and you was fucking her dude. And so, you know, you want to put flowery language on it, right? And it was aggravating. The reason why this was so aggravating, y'all, this might not have been so inflammatory if we did not just hear Usher doing this with Diddy, Carisha doing this with Diddy, the way J. Cole and Jay-Z came out, and, you know, it's low-key giving, I'm not going to kick Diddy when he's down. And anytime y'all say that exact thing, I get aggravated because I feel like that nigga kicked that lady while she was down. What the fuck are y'all talking about? The proverbial shit that y'all are talking about when he actually physically was kicking a bitch while she was down? And to me, if he did that one time, I can't imagine how he done did shit like what has really taken place. That's where my mind goes. So if I see that one video of him kicking her, I'm going to think that there have been so many instances like that we have never seen or are known about, but were happening frequently behind the scenes. I'm going to think it happened 100,000 times. If I see it happen one time, I'm going to think it happened several times throughout the years. I'm not going to think it was just that one time, bitch. Not no shit like that. Because you got to be real comfortable in order to kick somebody ass like that when you know they got cameras there. And y'all still getting y'all asses on the internet to defend people who have beat and rape people. I just don't understand it. I don't understand y'all allegiance to loser ass niggas. I just don't. I don't get it. Girl, this is Ike.
You have slapped Tina before, but why, Ike?
She would be walking around looking sad, with a lip drop, and I keep asking her, "And what is the matter with you? What's wrong?" And it's always nothing. And it would go on for a day or two till finally, why the don't you? And then this is where I would slap her or something. Then she would change her mood or attitude or something.
You admit that you
No regrets of my life. The only thing is just I'm not real happy with my life. Hey, I'm not saying that the movie was right or wrong, but the movie it wasn't a good portrayal of me. But I was very inconsiderate with my wife, talking about Tina. Mm-hmm. I was inconsiderate as far as women is concerned, but all the other stuff, we just go over that.
Yeah, but I mean, you were violent to your wife.
No, I would no. I'm very demanding. And when I say demanding, when I say
weren't like physically. You are denying that you were physically violent to her.
No, I have slapped her. She have slapped me. She have kicked me. I'm not put up. But when you're together 24 hours a day, it's different.
These are the same types of things that people say whenever they want to defend abuse. We accuse you of abusing your wife consistently throughout the years to the point that she had to run away from you. And you say, yeah, I used to hit her. When it was more acceptable. Yeah, I used to hit her. When somebody actually says to you for real, you hit that lady like that. Yeah, but she hit me too.
But you know what? I want you to here's what I want you to do. I'm going to do you a big favor. I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to do you a big favor. Okay. I want you to look in the camera and admit it and accept it, because as soon as...
No regrets.
Like saying you have no regrets about your life, that means you don't feel sorry about what the fuck you did. That means you don't feel... That look like that was in the 90s or the early 2000s. So if a motherfucker don't feel bad about it years after, if they still trying to wiggle their way out of accountability for how they showed up, you don't get to get on the interview after they dead and act like they really was a fabulous person. And, you know, we just didn't know and they was abused and all. Yeah, we know Ike Turner was abused. If you didn't know, Ike Turner was severely abused, but most terrible motherfuckers were abused. What is the point?
I can't control Ike.
That lady went to Switzerland in a black community. Some of you black men judged your brown bitch ass and all of that. Y'all felt the way about the fact that Tina went to Switzerland and found a white man and lived out her life happily without getting her ass beat by a cokehead. And I just kind of feel like to see the way y'all made fun of it. In her last documentary, she talked about how it hurt her for the rest of her fucking life, the way y'all turned her abuse into a punchline, into a rap line, into a joke. You turn that lady's abuse into a joke. And you wonder why she ain't fuck with y'all? So you got the nerve to get upset Because and that's what I'm talking about, this entitlement. That you mad because a bitch don't want to be around you niggas no more after y'all done did this to her. Made excuses for this fuck ass nigga because he know how to play a guitar.
And the musicians, Ike's just really cutting up back there sometimes. You know, I'm serious, really singing a song almost in tears, and he's back there jabbing, having him to laugh. But I don't like, Ike gets to laugh because they're right out there with me, and they're sort of representing me, you know, and then they're all sniggling and everything. He just throws the whole thing off, you know. But, you know, like, you can't tell Ike what to do. But you know, they do have fines for things like...
You do have fines.
Oh,
That's
yeah, they do. For instance, like, here's some of the girls that sort of tacky. They don't like to really do their hair. You know, they say, well, it's enough of a curl in it, I can go on. Or, you know, they have a tendency to want to look great in the street. They don't want to put forth any efforts to the stage wear. So you have to really stay on them all the time about little things that they really need. And so little things like that is what I really get them for. But other than that...
So you are a disciplinarian. Ike? Are you glad to be here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody in a fucking room can feel his energy towards her. Everybody in the fucking room can feel his energy towards her. And I know that it's the way she talks now, but she talks, like, it's the way she talks. But she talks so fast sometimes, you can tell she's overthinking about what she's going to say because she's thinking about how to say how she feels without him getting upset. You can hear it in how she's when she's talking. His body language. Turtleneck ass nigga.
I can't control Ike and the musicians. Ike's just really cutting up back there sometimes. You know, I'm serious, really singing a song almost in tears, and he's back there jabbing, having him to laugh. But I don't like, Ike gets to laugh because they're right out there with me, and they're sort of representing...
Do y'all hear what she's saying? Do you know how crazy it is for her to say, I'm on stage and I'm really singing a song? Like, I'm trying to create a vibe up here. So if I'm crying and a song is emotional and now you niggas are high in the background laughing and shit. So, this is, like...
Have you ever picked up...
Let's see if we can find some more shit. Hold up. Before I move on.
The phone and said, I'm sorry.
No, well,
Why not?
the number changed.
People, I feel like he was always trying to be seen in the industry for being an artist separate from Tina, but he also seemingly never wanted to be held accountable for what he did to her, which is why people did not want to fuck with him. White people specifically did not want to fuck with him. And so I do feel like it was a Chris Brown effect thing, where black people enjoy the nigga music so much they want you to forget the fact that he was beating that lady ass. But white people is like, nah, nigga, we ain't letting you forget that you beat that lady ass, especially if you not gonna admit it. You trying to ride the coattail and you don't want to have to answer the questions. That's why you doing these fucking interviews and shit, because you trying to follow the coattail of what Tina had going on. I want to speak up and say my part and all of that, but you don't want to be accountable for what actually happening. You don't want to tell the truth. You want to get up there and argue like a motherfucker that still don't know they fucking up.
Picked up the phone and said, Have you ever picked up the phone and said, I'm sorry?
No, well,
Why not?
the number changed.
Now, you could find a way to pull up on her, but you couldn't find a way to apologize. And I'm sure she didn't want to hear your apology, because fuck your apology at this point.
The number changed.
Yeah, man. And now she's in England. I'll never get it, you know.
Thank God. Thank God. I'm just saying, like, I don't like when y'all come out here and try to rewrite history. I read Tina Turner's book, you know, and it was worse. He never really loved her. He always saw her as just an opportunity. He always just saw her as an opportunity. And he said it, like they put it in the movie. People act like it wasn't in the movie, but that part where he said, everybody, you know, leaving me like all them other suckers I done made famous. Like that's what abusive men do. Abusive men give you a sad sob story to have you feeling bad. And every time you try to defend yourself or put yourself first, they want to remind you about everybody that hurt them and how now you acting just like that person that hurt them back then. That's a mechanism of abusers. They do that shit all the time. They also triangulate women. Let's see what Tina was saying here. But I will never get over that until Tina's dying day. there was pain behind how the Black community responded to her abuse. So I will curse you the fuck out. Because, again, me growing up, What's Love Got to Do with It was one of my favorite movies, but it led me, like, one of my very first concerts that I ever been to was the Tina Turner concert. Like, I love Tina. The rock music, as well as their what you call them, that they would do, their medleys with other people's music, you know what I'm saying, that they used to do back in the 70s and shit. Like, I love some, versions of songs, popular songs that, like, the what was that song? Come together right now over me. I love the way she performs that song. Even like the way she was performing on stage, Tina was really like elevating like a art form thing going on stage. And yes, he was a instrumentator and all of that shit. He writing some of the music, but he didn't have the discipline that she had, I think. And I'm not saying that Tina was perfect or anything, but y'all not about to act like that lady wasn't who she was, because when she left him, she got bigger than she ever was with him. She was bigger as a rock star in the fucking 80s than she ever was singing behind him and the rest of you niggas on these tours in the 70s and in the 60s. Believe it or not. One of the biggest signs, and that child, her being Buddhist, that was another thing that led me to believe. I was arguing with my teacher about that one time too, because she felt like, I don't like Tina Turner because she's a Buddhist. Like, I grew up with white people saying shit like that to me. They don't like nobody that's other, nobody that's different. And to me, talking about that's why she was getting abused, I said, actually, I was a child saying this to a grown white woman, that actually her doing Buddhism is what helped her leave her husband who was beating her. Girl, I was checking grown-ass white women behind Tina Turner, bitch. I will be checking y'all hoes very easily if y'all step out of line behind this lady. It will never sit right with me. Yes, that HBO documentary that she did. Oh, you talking about her concert, but she did an HBO or a Showtime documentary right before she died. And the way she talked about how she felt, it hurt me.
Abusive, other things going on. There was no control. There was no freedom. It was just the sameness, and the violence. And you just get fed up and you say, life is not worth living if I'm going to stay in this situation. And I stayed there as long as I did because I was trying to help him from the beginning when he told me about his life and how hard it was for him to get a career going. And I promised him that I would never leave him. And I actually stayed because of that promise. But then it got to the point where...
What did I just say, bitch? And that is what a trauma bond is. Trauma bond is not two people talking about their trauma together and connecting over that. That is when an abuser tells you their trauma so that they can fast pace your loyalty to them.
It became really bad, really bad. So...
his sons didn't even like him. Somebody was talking about his daughter said that he never raped her. Bitch, how the fuck would you know? How would you know, bitch? Don't make me curse y'all out up here. Oh my God. Yeah, it gave the community abused her too, and then got mad when she ran off to live her own life and get away from you motherfuckers. All right, let's move on from there. Let's do it, everybody. White people's news. Yeah, we're almost done. We're almost done. White people's news is featuring former ICE. What was her position? Secretary of Homeland Security. She was over ICE. Y'all remember that white lady that was over ICE that they fired after the white people got killed by police officers? Y'all remember when the white people got killed by police officers and everybody lost their mind? I mean, not police officers, ICE agents. Y'all remember when the ICE agents had unalived them two white people and then everybody acted like they had never seen anybody shot down in the street by law enforcement before? Y'all remember that? Okay, so she was in charge. And then when that happened with them white people, everybody was so upset that they had to fire her. And that's perfect. They love to fire, put a woman out there, right? Anytime something happen, y'all gonna throw a woman out there if y'all can. Just like who got killed? It was a bunch of police officers. The white woman was the only one that went to jail. Yeah, I know her name. Kristi Noem. Okay. So, husband of former Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is accused of living a secret double life as a crossdresser. And this is my main reason for why I cannot stand people that vote conservative, because y'all vote conservative and then y'all be behind the scenes doing shit like this. You hate trans people real bad, writing all types of legislation to take their fucking rights away. 1% of the population. Meanwhile, you in a chat room with some sex workers with balloons in a crop top. This is my main thing for what I cannot stand is the hypocrisy. That you want to make it so that you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, but nobody else can. This is one of the main reasons why I don't like you motherfuckers right now. Republicans, ever since I was a child, I have always read them as people that say one thing and do another, and that never made sense to me. You vote against weed, you smoke weed. You vote against gay marriage, you get your dick sucked by a strange man in an airport bathroom. You're a Republican, you hate homosexuality, you kitty clicking with your homegirl behind the scenes. That's why everybody's always taking group trips. The Republican Party meets and grinder crashes because all of you niggas are trying to find niggas in the area to fuck. Don't even get me started on the Middle Eastern people and going on large vacations with large numbers of men, leaving your wives at home. It's not just a group trip. It's not just a guy's night out. Huge levels of hypocrisy all over the fucking place. That's why I talk about the shit I talk about. That's why I get so aggravated behind certain things. Because you hoes get online with the homophobia and the transphobia, and then behind the scenes, when nobody's looking, you're doing gay shit. Doing queer shit. But hate queer people. Very, very interesting. Child, Lindsey Graham, girl. So, according to Daily Mail, Byron was identified in several photos allegedly showing him posing in large fake breasts and hot pants while interacting with women involved in fetish content. The report also claims he had online relationships centered around bimbofication, making him look like a bimbo. And when we tell y'all these niggas want to be women, they really like treat you bad and hate you because they want to be like you. They want to be able to be free and be pretty like you. And that's why I think y'all should let them. Let them be pretty. Let them be them. Stop being mad. Find men that don't really want to do this. But y'all will never know because y'all don't even recognize the signs of niggas being secretly gay as them being homophobic. And when we tell y'all get mad. Anyway, bimboification, a kink involving women transforming into real-life Barbie dolls with exaggerated proportions. And he wants to do what they do. Y'all, he was paying that lady $25,000 like a month. $25,000 a month for cyber sex. Didn't even have to touch the dick. And you wonder why? When I see a woman that says, no, if you can't do this, this, and this for me, I don't want to fuck with you, that I'm okay with that. And I'm talking about grown women. I'm not talking about, stupid 20-somethings and teenagers that think they're going to find a boy their age that can buy them a Birkin bag. That's not what I'm talking about. But when grown women tell y'all, no, if you can't pay, you can't play. If you can't give me what I would like to have, you can't give me the lifestyle that I would like to be accustomed to, I'm not fucking with you. This is the reason why I say let them women have their high-ass standards, because there's a nigga out there that's paying $25K a month to see coochie through a screen. Stop hating on women. Stop hating on they hustle. Like I said, happy hoes ain't hating. Hating hoes ain't happy. And this some hating ass shit. That's why y'all so anti-LGBTQ. Cause your husband somewhere with his titties out, trying to look like a bimbo, paying bitches $25K out the pocket. The outlet further claimed Byron allegedly made thousands of dollars in payments to sex workers and at one point asked one model to turn him into a girl before allegedly asking, should I put on leggings? So do y'all remember when I told y'all about Shia LaBeouf and how it was just like when Sam Cromwell was in that episode of White Lotus where he sits down and he talks to the guy about how he was like really, really fucked up until he finally went to Thailand and fucked on some femboys and then turned into a femboy so he could get fucked. And then that released something and he just stopped being all angry and shit. Y'all remember? Yeah, it is because y'all are taught to hate femininity to the point that you fetishize it. You hate femininity to the point that you fetishize it. Meaning that y'all teach boys to hate femininity. Y'all want men to be aggressive and toxic and all of that weird shit, right? It means that you pushing them to the verges of not being able to be feminine without you calling them a punk and doing Rockwell, not Cromwell. Thank you, Sam Rockwell. Thank you. But y'all, you know, and I'm talking to black women specifically because I have noticed y'all do this to y'all sons, and then y'all also do this to men online with this constant trying to make them gay for the smallest of things that actually don't equal that. Like eating fruit, getting edible, like, you know, just regular shit, drinking pretty drinks. Like y'all assign sexuality to things that are just like enjoying shit. When y'all start to create that environment, and I'm not saying you started it, but you perpetuate it. When you as a black woman perpetuates that a man is not a man, if he's not super duper masculine and toxic, most men are going to perform for you. They're just not going to be their real selves. And so then they're going to go and create fetishizing behind being able to be feminine. Because you won't allow them any femininity at all. So I'm going to go and create a kink out of being able to be feminine for God's sakes. And it is because when you try to put people in them small ass boxes, it has to go somewhere. It has to go somewhere. It has to go somewhere. And so not to say that it's your responsibility about why people are closeted, but you do have a responsibility as a person in this world to not add to the problem. And adding to the problem is having this thing that black women do where y'all try to dictate everything that a man does as being feminine and therefore yuck. Because then they're going to go and do shit like this so that they can get it out. I feel like it's like a buildup. I can't do anything feminine. I can't do anything colorful. I get a buildup. And now I'm like putting boobs on inside of a shirt and asking if, you know, turn me into a woman. My God. I just want to feel pretty. I just want to feel soft. I want to feel pretty. My God. Like to me, this is what it's about. That in my mind, I might be wrong. I'm open to being wrong. But then you ask why people vote the way they do. Christy Nome, you're mad because your man wants to put boobs on. And so now we're like, you know, we hate trans people because, you know, you're a man putting on boobs and I don't want my man to put on boobs and he's wanting to put on boobs and I don't want him to. So now I'm going to vote against 1% of the population of other adults who can do whatever the fuck they want to do because I just don't want my husband to be walking around in our bathroom in stockings. Yeah. So that's what's happening here. All right. Y'all should work on that. We absolutely believe it was probably the Republicans that did this to her. But the immigrant who, it was an immigrant sex worker who, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know if that's true, but they're saying it was like an immigrant sex worker that put that out there. Because like, what do you mean you're like snatching people up off the street? What do you mean? I do watch DTF. It's a lot of dick. If y'all wanted to see some clearer pictures. You know? Christy says she's devastated and asking for prayers. I would rather send my prayers to the people locked in detention camps. I would rather send my prayers to the people y'all have locked in those immigration buildings covered in foil. I'm going to send my prayers to them And I'm going to hope that eventually your husband is allowed to live in his truth. Again, with the gender bending. Because it's all made up. As I continue to tell everybody, it's all made up. And you're like way too serious about shit that other people made up. Like you're way too hardcore. Like calm the fuck down. All right. I feel like I'm gonna end it there. And tomorrow we'll come back for more. Right? Tomorrow we'll get into the Jaden, Ivy, Tisha Campbell, Child Tia Camp talking to Tokyo Tony. Let's just end on Ray J and I'll get out of here. Let's read some comments. Let's read some comments. So apparently Jocelyn, I don't know what he's responding to. I know Jocelyn was just saying something about Amber Rose, but y'all know I don't acknowledge Amber Rose because to me, if you're a Trump supporter, you want white people to say the N-word, you think all of these stupid things, you're in Nick Cannon, like I'm ignoring y'all. Nick Cannon did that so that he could get a TV show greenlit, and I hope his TV show tanks. Next. I feel like Amber Rose is doing this to be contrarian and to be aligned with her white family members. And I guess some underlying angry issues towards the black community that she hasn't really dealt with, girl. I don't fucking know. But I do know I was on her side with her and Jocelyn because Jocelyn swore up and down that Amber wanted to fuck her and she didn't want to fuck Amber because she's married. And I'm like, I told y'all like a week or two ago when I talked about that Jocelyn was lying, that Jocelyn absolutely has had sex with women and she's always trying to get them to have sex with her and her husband, like the worst of the bisexuals. Okay, the worst of the bisexuals are the ones that are trying to get you to fuck them and then you find out they want you to fuck them and their husband. Yeah, you guys are the fucking worst. Okay, it's entrapment. It's weird. Like, don't do that. Present yourself as is off rip. Okay, but either way, it's very pimp hoe like for you to be shopping for coochie for daddy. It's very like hoe pimp shit. No matter how much you try to be in charge of the girls, you're still acting like a hoe, Jocelyn. Okay, but I really don't like Amber because of the MAGA situation, so I ignore her. I don't really talk about her, and so I won't be talking about that video of her and Nick Cannon talking about that shit as if we're stupid or something like that. Ever so often, ignorant black people who I guess have never read any history books or paid attention to politics in any way, shape, or form forget that the party switched. The party switched. And all white people essentially are racist if they're not deconstructing. So y'all are always trying to create this Democrat versus Republican argument when those of us that vote Democrat don't vote Democrat because we're diehard Democrats or some stupid shit. It's because of the fucking policies. Bitch, it's the policies. It's our only option, but we don't really like them either. Y'all are the only ones that are like trying to make a father figure out of that weird ass nigga. Like that's y'all. Like that's y'all. We don't like those of us. Like this is not about, oh my God, the president is like, no, we've never had that. We had that one time with them Obama people. That was the one time we tried it with Clinton and we saw what actually happened with the drug and the crack era and all of that and how he responded to that shit. That's why he was blowing saxophones on Arsenio Hall and shit. Motherfuckers always trying to come over here and get the sauce. But you got to prove something to black people by doing something for black people, making black people's lives better, not voting to always be disenfranchising us. So that's another reason why as black people it's so fucking annoying when y'all don't care about the disenfranchisement of black people who are not making as much money as you. And also everybody else, immigrants and all, you know what I'm saying? Like, but baseline, you don't give a fuck about us. And that's cool because there's a lot of black people don't give a fuck about themselves. And that's why they vote the way that they do. You want to be contrarian. You want to act like, I think different. Yeah, because you're dumb. Anyway, let's listen to Ray J. I just want to say, like, yeah, it's policy over party. Fuck all of that shit. Keep coming to us talking about Democrats. Bitch, shut up. We don't care about that. I'm getting so tired of the way y'all argue on the internet. You know how they argue on the internet? They argue on the internet by arguing points that you're not even arguing. That's what they do to me all the time. Every time I might be saying something, they will then argue a point that I'm not arguing with. And they'll actually act like what I'm saying means that I'm canceling out what they're saying. Like, for instance, as an example, the situation with the 90, keep saying that it's not gay coded. It was the style. As if it can't be both. As if those things have to be mutually exclusive. My God, on today, when most of the style is from gay people. And has always been. Yikes.
Jocelyn, I tried to be cool with you. I ain't gonna let it slide, bro. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but you a real hoe.
Have you ever had your palm read?
You one of the dirtiest people I ever been around. You grabbing your dick all on College Hill, making bitches stay in the room, trying to take them down and molest them.
Now, to be clear, this is all shit I feel like Ray J would do. But it's bad when a woman does it. Patricia, thank you for the super chat. Bondi, you look beautiful with a fade, locks, or long curly hair. You can rock any style, and there is documented proof of this. You're just a beautiful person inside out. Keep stepping on these hoes' necks. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, love. I appreciate that so much.
You making Parker feel crazy, Amber feel crazy, motherfucking I Love New York? How you gonna make I Love New York feel crazy?
Thank you.
That means you want some next level shit.
Thank you, Level Up TJ.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Every other minute you either talking about Amber or you talking about me in some kind of weird ass network you promoting. What's wrong with you? You battered, and you was musty on set. You always was musty. I mean, you always smell like a nigga, bro. You tried to get at Amber a bunch of times. You was trying to flirt with Amber, and you also said, and this is quote, and this is on my kids, but my husband got to be involved with me and you in the threesome that we want to have. Amber's like, what?
Yeah. Anybody that watched her when she was original, like, do y'all not watch Baddie? I mean, not Baddies, her show? Y'all don't watch the Cabaret? Y'all ain't never seen her on Love and Hip Hop? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Self-Made SM, for the super chat. The No Child Left Behind class has come full circle. The kid who was passed along with a 1.3 and got sent back to the 9th grade. Trump was running to stay out of jail. Plus, Trump hates smart people. Yes. Because smart people can see through your manipulation. And he's somebody that's always trying to manipulate. And so, to encounter people that are not going to fall for the manipulation is to hate them, to hate smart people. And then to want to make more people dumb. Because you can have more power over more people. Hey, I am Diva Nicole. Thank you. Literally, one of my options to stop my excessive bleeding had to be modified because of the pro-life laws in my state. Their vote literally life-altering. Listen, that's why I'm not taking that, we can all vote, we can have a difference of opinion. No, we can't. No, we can't. You can't sit with me. No, you can't. No. M Love Black, thank you for the super chat. Folks have no clue how long it will take to even restore government departments' jobs that were affected by this administration. Government jobs was guaranteed income, and it was hard to get fired. And y'all think that's cool for people to be out here, you know what I'm saying? Niggas, aunties, and grandmamas and shit ain't got their job that they didn't have for the past 15 years because of this shit? Thank you for another one. They are even posting at graduations. Families can celebrate one of the most important milestones because of fear of someone being snatched up. Yeah, because you know how the Mexican family come through for the graduation. Okay, that one nigga made it through school, we all showing up. Yeah, y'all ruining a lot of shit for people. Thank you for another one, Self-Made SM. Now you got all the black celebrities coming out for Trump. You notice the ones who are coming out for Trump are degenerates. Snoop, Nelly, Tristan, Nick Cannon, Amber Rose, Glorilla sister, brother, this nigga.
This is what you said. This is out your mouth. I could be a witness on the stand. You could put me on a lie detector test. You was trying to fuck Amber every fucking day until she turned you down, and then you was like, all right, well, then I'm gonna start being a problem. I get it. But you keep going. You keep going, and you think that nobody's gonna respond. Well, guess what? You bark up this tree, and you gonna find something up top that you don't want. This ain't no plum tree in the summertime.
Who thought it was, nasty nigga? Like, can y'all imagine a nigga with schmegma dick calling a bitch musty? My God. Very happy Mondays. Thank you for the super chat. The cuter the face, the more intimidating the eyes. You got to get a mean mug to balance the sweetness of the cough. So, the quaff. So you're ready to get carded every dang where. Just saying. Thank you, love. I appreciate that. Miss Tommy, thank you for the super chat, boo. Enjoying the commentary. I love the long lives, getting a girl through this work day. By the way, love seeing you on Chris's channel today. Great collab. Thank you. Me and Chris had so much fun. We have to do that again. I'm going to have him over here at some point so we could talk about some shit. Because that was fun. Let me see. Let's continue with Ray J.
What's wrong with you, Jocelyn? You disappointed me. You've disappointed the brand. You've disappointed who you are. You've gained so much weight to where I don't even know if that's you or not. You somebody auntie. You're an auntie, Jocelyn.
You're an uncle, nigga. What do you mean? Ray J, you're an uncle ass nigga. You're like 45. 43, some shit like that. 42, he up in there, but he can't be that much younger than Brandy. Brandy 47. I know this nigga older than 40. He gotta be older than 40. It's all under his eyes. SL Henderson, thank you for the super chat, love. Imagine choosing a child over Adina fucking Howard. I choose her now. Yeah, Adina got a very sex goddess energy about her. She probably could get it out of most people. Child, ooh, I used to love that shit. I'm sitting there looking at your body, baby, baby, baby. I never seen something so beautiful here lately, lately, lately. Oh my God. Listen, the lesbians in high school used to have the best fucking soundtracks for sex, okay? Back when I was in high school, girl, that one bitch used to put together a mean CD for us to fuck to, and Adina Howard used to be on that shit heavy. Okay. Anyway, Brandon Brown, thank you for the super chat. Sup with a little piece of C. Williams, I'm dreaming. Child, I am not here to sing. Thank you. Okay, we sing about people that's a part of the story. Leave me alone, Branson. Patricia, I think I don't know if I read your, yeah, you was earlier. Thank you for the super chat. Another one. Not only were the men mad that Tina left Ike and was able to find a better and greater love with a white man, they mad Tina had one of the biggest comeback stories in history. I love that for her. Absolutely. Listen, I'm a soul survivor. Soul survivor.
Yeah, you still want to talk shit about people? Talk about they jealous of you for what? What's there to be jealous about? You're the Puerto Rican princess. Get the fuck out of here. There's no princess and no Puerto Rican in you. Okay? I don't want to dish you, but you have gone too far. And you have embarrassed yourself. I've already embarrassed myself, so I don't give a fuck. I crash the fuck out every day, and it won't matter. But you,
it doesn't.
You have done the most. Keep Amber's name out your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth. And everybody else that you trying to like get clout from. You a clout chaser, and you know what? You are really disgusting. You're disgusting.
So are you. So are you.
For somebody to do that much coke and don't have on no deodorant. It lets you know, damn, a nigga.
You didn't bathe for days, said Sheila.
High as a motherfucker. I could smell you coming from around the corner like motherfucking George Clinton and the funk. You a funky bitch. You funky.
I believe him though. Don't forget her screaming in the studio, sweating from head to toe.
Hey, your style is funky. You're funky. Everything about you is dirty.
This is a projection. This is a project. It feels true, but it also feels like it's true about himself.
And if it's a problem, it's a problem. But I'm not gonna sit here and do it. I tried to chill. You are a disgusting human being. You're one of the biggest ratchet stars in the whole wide world, right? And I respect you for that.
You're a ratchet star too, Ray J. Don't count yourself out.
There's something that comes with being the #1 ratchet star. And that's one wrong word. Disgust and dirtiness and stinkiness and mustiness and grabbing your dick with your do-rag on and making everybody feel uncomfortable in the room until somebody just don't give a fuck and then they start to fucking take off. And that's what Amber did. You lost. And that's why you keep talking about Amber, because you got your ass handed to you.
I think that's what happened. I honestly hope that is what happened, because even though I don't like Amber, I feel like Jocelyn deserved to get her ass beat. Like, I do recognize that Amber Rose doesn't want to really, like, accept her black part, and so Jocelyn was right about that, yes. But essentially, Jocelyn was bullying her because she wanted to fuck her. And just because you find something true to bully somebody with doesn't mean you weren't bullying them because you wanted to fuck them and they didn't want to fuck you. Or because you were intimidated by the fact that they're more of a preference than you, when the Latinas understand, just like the biracial girls, that their closeness to whiteness is, you know, a ticket with these niggas. And y'all are always worrying about how y'all look to these niggas. That's what mattered to everybody most. That's why I don't understand why is Amber Rose not in conservative spaces? Because they don't want you there. I don't know why you need to be in black spaces as an agitator. That's why I ignore her.
We all saw it. I try not to get into it, but Amber's not going to respond to this funkiness. Everything you doing right now stinks. To high heaven.
Thank you for the super chat, She is Chalet. To my fave blogger, I love the intelligent view you provide to every story. It's so hard to find people who vibrate higher. Don't worry about the naysayers. We love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really, really genuinely appreciate y'all. Thank you.
You are an embarrassment. Just like I'm an embarrassment. But you're a stinky one. A Puerto Rican what?
This is more self-awareness than Jocelyn has.
You gotta be out of your fucking mind. Puerto Rico don't want you. Puerto Rico don't support you. I talked to 25 Puerto Ricans. They all said, no, she's not with us. Is this what you wanted, Jocelyn? Well, you got it.
And I feel like black people shouldn't be down with you, Ray J. You're a Trump supporter. I will vote for Donald Trump. Where's Jesse Wu? I'm about to clip Jesse Wu singing I will vote for Donald Trump to put in here. Because some of y'all, it's obvious we about to go down, it's about to happen with all of these people coming out. Because like every day is somebody new. And I'm about to get Jesse Wu in a clip up here, okay? I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote for Donald Trump. Like, yeah, I want her to get up here and sing that shit. I love that. That shit got stuck in my head the other day. Now I know why them dumbass people that, because if you stupid, all you got to do is say shit a bunch of times and now you doing it. Like, that's all you got to do when you're dumb. Fucking Cubans is over there starving. The fastest to get deported, I'm hearing, are the Cubans. And they the motherfuckers that was up there singing on stage, I will vote.
You tried to fuck Amber 100 times on set. She said no. And respect to your husband, because he a cool nigga, man.
He gotta be.
But you tried to involve him too and say, well, my husband gotta be in. She's like, what? You gotta be out of your fucking mind. the dust, the crack, the cocaine,
right?
the insulin,
Now he's definitely talking about himself.
the motherfucking mushrooms, the acid, the fentanyl, and everything else that's centered around what you do. It smells.
Y'all aren't doing shrooms. I don't believe y'all are doing shrooms. Well, no, I know some toxic bitches that have done shrooms. So yeah, no, you're right. Let's go see what Jocelyn looks like. I'm surprised she hasn't blocked me.
It's 3 years later. Why are you at Club Shay Shay speaking on me? Go do what you do best, dick. You don't even do that well. Because every man don't left you. You're not even a good sucker. You need to change careers, okay? Your career as sucking is done. It's been done. You're not good at it. We know. We're on to you. You suck at it, bitch.
Oh. So that's what she said?
You think I'm going to lose my life, my livelihood, my husband, my kids, my whole... everything?
I don't even think she's legally married to that man, but she loves the word husband, so she just uses it.
For lick your salty old that
Girl, you weren't losing anything if you ate Amber Rose's pussy. That nigga not going nowhere. You been eating pussy, bitch. You been eating pussy, bitch.
Industry on and nutting crumb holder. Bitch, wake up and smell the coffee. Everybody don't want your dusty, raggedy, ass bitch. You're dumb. You're a bum that's being passed around the industry. You're a crumb holder. Everybody put nut in your pussy to, hey, hold my nut. I be bad, bitch. Everybody just, bitch, you're a deposit. A crumb deposit.
Wow. She is. They posted the license. What license? I was just trying to see, like, if there was anything else.
This happened the day of Halloween. Do you think it was a coincidence, a plan, or the universe? It was a coincidence, it was a plan, and it was the universe, because she's a devil whore. She's like, if they show you Satan's whores, her pictures is on there. Her picture is on there. Who gets a tattoo on their fucking foot? You gotta be a devil. You gotta be a devil. There's no way a godly, beautiful woman, a woman with class, is gonna do that there. That meant it was all the above. It was the universe. It was her energy. It was all of that. Oh, this is my favorite.
Oh, she finally provided evidence that she was married. She waited until we didn't care no more. When did let me see. She posted it on when was their anniversary? I want to see it. She been calling him her husband the whole time. I guess she was speaking it into existence, but when she was with Stevie J, she was calling him her husband too, and they damn sure wasn't married. It might be too long ago, girl. It might be too long ago. I take your word for it. Okay, y'all, they married. They're finally married, y'all. Finally, they're married. Let me see. Is this it? No, this is just okay. Yeah. Yeah, but these women are unsafe for everybody, girl. That's you gotta see people. They're funny, yeah, but they're terrible. They're terrible people.
The day of Halloween. Do you think it was a coincidence, a plan, or the universe? It was a coincidence, it was a plan, and it was the universe, because she's a devil whore. She's like, if they show you Satan's whores, her pictures is on there.
Oh, you know
her
what?
Picture.
You are right, Miko. But the reason why we can't hear it is because of her accent. It's there though, because as soon as you said it, then I was like, yeah, she nasally as fuck.
Is on there. Who gets a tattoo on their fucking foot? You gotta be a devil. You gotta be a devil. There's no way a godly, beautiful woman, a woman with class, is gonna do that there. That meant that it was all the above. It was the universe.
It's the villains fighting. I love it.
It was her energy. It was all of that. Oh, this is my favorite day of the year. and I'm gonna fight one of the most beautiful women in the world that got.
Oh my God, was it AI? Google says she isn't legally married. My God, on today, I was willing to let her lie to me, y'all. Somebody was like, nah, I'm about to look that up because I'm too tired to look it up. Nah, it's the last thing. And then I'm about to get off of here and I'll go eat something. And I'm going to come back tonight to do Married to Medicine because I need to get that out the way. But yeah.
A lot going on because you know why? I'm a fucking devil whore.
Well, I mean, she admitted it. She admitted it, you know. Oh, was she saying that Amber was the devil whore? Oh, well, I feel like she was saying that about herself. Okay, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. It's a long show today. Thank y'all. Thank you. I appreciate it. I am gonna go get something to eat and I'm gonna come back for a night live, okay? Maybe like 8 or 9. Okay. I'm gonna set it for 9. And if I decide to come up here earlier than that, I will. So make sure your notifications are on. It says she's been engaged since 2019. Just calls him her husband. Okay, yeah. And I'm not saying that she should, but I always feel like it's just an extension of her being delusional, that she, and a liar, that she's always trying to pretend as if she's somebody that she's actually not. And that's because she puts that type of shit on a pedestal, right? If I didn't grow up having a certain level of structure, then I romanticize the structure of a marriage. And so I'm calling a nigga that's really just my boyfriend, my husband. Anyway, I'll be back later on tonight. Thank y'all for being here. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all night. And if I don't see y'all in the Married to Medicine review, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.